Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and a very warm welcome to the KQA Nexus Open, brought to you in collaboration with the Karnataka Quiz Association and Nexus Consulting in Bangalore. This is the 8th edition of this quiz, and today we're very pleased to have had 2 quizzes carrying a sum total of 65,000 rupees in prize money along with several other goodies. After our written quiz in the morning, we've had an open general quiz in which about 100 teams took part, and we've had a very high scoring quiz, and we're selecting the top 6 teams to go directly through into a final, and the next 9 teams will qualify for a semi-final. We are live on YouTube right now on the Nexus Consulting YouTube channel, so warm welcome to all of you watching us on the YouTube live stream, and a very big round of thank you to Axis Direct, one of India's top securities and brokerage firms, routinely voted as India's best brokerage house, a division of Axis Bank Limited. Axis Bank, one of India's leading private banks, 3rd largest in the country, and offering financial services to a wide range of organizations and individuals across the board. And HT Media's OTTPlay, the OTT aggregator platform, where for a single subscription you can access 30 plus OTT platforms. All these 3 organizations have been proud and thankful sponsors for the KQA Nexus Open 2026. So we'd like to give our thanks to them and a huge round of applause from the audience sitting here. Thank you very, very much. We'd also like to thank our prizes partner, Studio Qomix, who are doing this amazing initiative of taking classic books, not editing or changing them, but rendering them into very readable graphic novel formats. They're also available on Amazon right now, so please do go check them out. It presents a fantastic gifting option. And indeed, today in the grand finale, the teams finishing 4th, 5th, and 6th are going to get a box set for each contestant from Studio Qomix and Qomix Classics. So round of applause and thanks to them as well. We also have special prizes to encourage quizzing among the youngsters for the best, the highest scoring school team and the highest scoring college team in the preliminary round of the KQA Nexus Open Quiz 2026. And to hand over those prizes, it's my pleasure and privilege to invite a fellow quizzer who's also taken part in this quiz, Subrat Mohanty, Executive Director, Axis Bank. If you can please come up here and have us give out the prizes.
We'll first give out the prizes for the school winner. The school category winner for the Nexus Open 2026 with 12 points, Himanshu and Mayank. Himanshu, please give them a round of applause. Thank you. And our college winner with 14 points, KP, Kirti and Prahlad. Can you please come up and collect your prize? Both the category winners receive 1,000 rupees cash prize. Thank you, Subrat. Thank you, Venki. Before we call out our semi-finalists, we would like to just call out an honorable mention. This team just missed out on stars. With 16 points, blinded and shot dead, Madan and Shrestha. Please come up. Unfortunately, appropriate name for just missing out. Thank you. Right, before we get to the semi-finalists today, we will announce the top 6 who have directly qualified to the final. Topping the prelims with 32, Calvin and Preetham. You guys are here, I believe. Great, thank you. Next up with 30 points, Peter Panchali, Debanjan and Sachin. With 29, where's the pizza? Jayakantan and Rohit. Also on 29, happy honeymoon Abid Abdullah, Gokul and Siddhant. Next, also on 27 with 6 stars, zero gravitas of things past, Anustup and Naveen. And the last team to make it directly to the finals with 26, Prithvesh and Shashwat. Well done. You guys will have to wait a while until we start the finals. But in the meanwhile, we'll call our 9 semi-finalists. The first team upon in the semi-final, Ashwat and Subrat, do Kodi ke log. Please come up. We have teams 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you can choose. Right. So you guys are team 6. Great. They're team 6. Next up, Srirad and Jaydev on 25. Jaydev and Srirad, please come up. Thank you. Please come up and choose your seats quickly. What seats are you choosing? Quickly. Yeah, so that's 5. Next up, Shankha and Sanat with 24. And you'll be sitting. That's 4. They're on 4. Next up at 21, Abhijit and Sangeet. Abhijit and Sangeet, please quickly. Guys, where are you sitting? What is there? Okay, you team 3. Qualifying next with remarkable 19 points, Praveen VR and Abdul Rauf. Where are you guys sitting? Please just 1, 2, 8, 9 and 7 are available. 2. Okay, great. Next up, JP and Abhilash. JP, Abhilash, please come and take your seat. There are 7. Last 3 teams, Pranav and Sriniket. Pranav and Sriniket. Which table are you guys taking? We have 1, 8, 9 available. 1. Okay, they're on 1. Next up, Leo and Prashant. Leo and Prashant. 8 and 9 are available. Which one do you want? 9. Great. This is 1. And the last team qualifying for the semi-finals of the 2026 Nexus Open, Rishabh and Varun. Rishabh and Varun. Can you guys quickly come? You're a team 9. Sorry, team 8. Sorry. 9 is already taken. You guys are team 8. Right. So those are our semi-finalists. I think we have mics. Please share mics. We don't have 8 mics. Right. Teams 1, 2, 3, please share that mic. 4 and 5, there's 1 mic for you. And similarly here, please share mics. Right. We'll take you through the rules. And for that, please put a round of applause for our quiz master for this half, Abid Abdullah.
Hi. Welcome to the semi-final. Before we get started, we'll just to make sure the mic is working and you learn how to pass it. All teams, please introduce yourselves, starting with team number 1. This is why we wanted this process. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, I'm Pranav. We're Sriniket. Our team name is Top 2 Engineering Colleges in Bangalore.
Pranav and Sriniket.
Hello, I'm Praveen and this is Rauf. We have no team name.
Praveen and Rauf, who don't have a team name.
This is Abhijit and Sangeet, made of Creations of Adam.
Abhijit and Sangeet, Creations of Adam.
Shankho and Sanat, Google's Overcoat.
Shankho and Sanat, Google's Overcoat.
Srirad and Jaydev, we are Panchikun's bodyguards.
Sorry?
Panchikun's bodyguards.
Okay, I'm not going to attempt that. Srirad and Jaydev.
Ashwath and Subrat, we are do kodi ke log.
Ashwath and Subrat.
Aila Madhuri, Abhilash and JP.
Abhilash and JP.
We are Rishabh and Varun. We are the Aura Farmers with the PH.
Aura Farmers, Rishabh and Varun. Prashant and Leo. Right? As you might have heard earlier, I am going on my honeymoon soon. Let's start the semis. Huh? You can see? Okay. Now? All right. Next slide, please. Okay, so 3 simple rounds in the semis. A clockwise passing round. We have a written round presented by OTTPlay and an anti-clockwise passing round. Let's just get into the rules of the clockwise. Run the clock. 12 questions. Starting with team number 1, they'll pass clockwise. Plus 10 on bounce. Plus 10 minus 5 on bounce. Everyone's familiar with what bounce is, I hope. Raise your hand. We will close bounce and then only we will come to check. Okay? Please keep your hand raised if you have an intention to bounce. And if there are multiple parts, please make sure you're bouncing and showing all parts. Alright? First question of the semi-final of the Nexus Open 2026. Barari Sen is a small but prominent village located in the Chamoli district of this Indian state. An official announcement in 2020 brought this town to prominence, making it one half of only the 4th such pair in India. What was this announcement that was made about this place called Barari Sen? It is located in the Gair Sen town. So all that you can figure out which Indian state all this is in. And look at the fact that it's saying one half of the 4th such pair. Okay? There are 4 such pairs. This is including this one. So please be specific when you're giving an answer. Okay? Don't give a concept. There will be a proper noun involved, which is the state. Okay? Make sure you're naming the state when you're giving the answer. Okay, we'll hold pounds for a few more seconds. Doesn't look like anybody is going for it. Closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pounds is closed. Team 1.
The announcement is India's last village in Gujarat.
Last village in Gujarat.
The
okay.
last village on the border.
Okay, like as in geographically last is what you mean. Okay, team 2.
Probably the Vande Bharat trains were announced, running between this.
Okay, this is 1 point of some Vande Bharat train. Team 3.
These are enclaves that are exchanged with Bangladesh, India and Bangladesh.
Okay, got it. And fine. Team 4.
Pass.
Team pass. Team 5. Just pass it back to 1 as and when you're done.
So we'll say this is in Himachal.
Okay.
And in 2020, a part of it was sort of handed over from China. So only 4 villages with parts in India and China.
Okay. Have we got this? This got added to Himachal given by China. Team 5. Sorry, that was 5, 6.
So Himachal, and this was made like a winter capital. So summer and winter capitals for states.
Himachal and summer and winter capitals. Passing. Team 7. Team 8. Pass. Team 9.
So summer and winter capitals, but for Ladakh.
For Ladakh. Okay, audience. Summer and winter capitals is the correct concept, but this is Uttarakhand. So I think we can give 5 points to team 6 for the concept, 5 points to team 6 for summer capitals. Alright, next directives to team 7. Question number 2 coming up. During the 1977 tour of Australia, the players were instructed to wear something for their well-being. But Gavaskar was furious when this instruction led to his dismissal by a catch near the crease at the Gabba, after which he removed it. What was the instruction? Now, India expected to face a weakened Australian side and anticipated smaller crowds. Now, this happened and it turned out to be a blessing in some ways. It also bruised the Indian team's ego because it suggested that they themselves are not considered world-class players. So why was the Australian side weak during this tour? So first part, just look at the fact that they were told to wear something for their well-being. Gavaskar got out, after which he removed it. So what was the instruction? Second part, they had anticipated that they'll be playing a weaker Australian side, but the Indian team, while happy in some ways, their egos were hurt because they realized, we are not considered top-class players. So what was the reason for this weak Australian team? Direct is with team 7. Pounds open for another 5 seconds. Alright, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pounds is closed. Team 7, take it away.
So the reason was the Kerry Packer World Series happening around at the same time.
Okay.
And the instruction was to wear elbow guards.
Elbow guards, okay.
First part we'll say arm guard.
Arm guard.
And second is that they were touring South Africa, which other countries?
They were touring South Africa, okay. Team 9.
Second part we'll say is Kerry Packer's World Series is going on.
Okay.
First part, gloves.
Gloves, okay. Team 1. On the pass, please keep your answers ready.
The first part we'll say the leg pads.
Leg pads.
And the second part, some World Series.
Whatever they are, I think we are all in agreement. Okay. Team 2.
We'll say helmets and Kerry Packer.
Helmets and Kerry Packer. Okay. What part of the body do you want to protect? Team 3.
Quite a lot, but we're going to go with helmets and the South Africa tour.
South Africa tour.
We'll say
different combination.
Skull cap and Kerry Packer series.
Skull cap and Kerry Packer. Different way to protect the head. Okay. Team 5.
We're going to say sunscreen and the Kerry Packer series.
Sunscreen and Kerry Packer series. Team 6.
Chest guard and the Kerry Packer series.
That is the full 10 points. This is a chest guard and the Kerry Packer series. So an inside edge ricocheted of a nearby fielder after it hit his chest guard and it was considered out. And the Kerry Packer series. So 10 points to team 6. Who said Kerry Packer series first? Okay. Team 7 get 5 points. Full 10 points to team 6. No, back to 7 because they got the last answer. Alright, next question. This feat has only been accomplished 5 times. Kurt Angle did it in 2004 with his angle lock. The next instance was in 2025 by this man who used a sleeper hold. What is this feat? That is not going to be possible again. And you'll hear an audio track. Which Czech composer composed the theme music that you hear? Okay?
Main event on NXT.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Representing Imperium, Walter!
It's a main event matchup we never thought we would see. The Ring General, the leader of Imperium, Walter, going one-on-one with the leader of Diamond.
Alright. So, what is this? We have 1 pound from team 6. What is this feat? And which Czech composer composed the theme music that you heard? Okay. So, direct is to team 7. We have 1 pound from team 6. Anybody else going? Doesn't look like it. We'll close the pounds with team 7.
So this is tapping out John Cena. That is the feat which will not be possible.
Okay.
The composer is Dvorak, D-V-O-R.
That is the full 10 points. This is making John Cena tap out. And the song that he heard is by Anton and Dvorak. So that is a particular movement, I think, called the Going Home Symphony, right? I just, Adil, no? Okay, you don't know? Said the question but has no idea. It's not that? Okay, fine, all right. Okay, 10 points to 7, 10 points to 6. Huh? Oh, -5 to 6, all right. In an article, Vivek Menzies describes the people in an iconic 1949 photograph as follows. A Sulaimani Bora, former signboard painter, their religious Goan Catholic ringleader, a Konkani from a Brahmin family, a Dalit savant who had worked as a houseboy until his talent was discovered, a man who was raised in a Shia family in the hinterland of Madhya Pradesh, and another Brahmin who hailed from central India. What did these 6 men call themselves? Name the Dalit savant who's mentioned there. Direct is with team 8. Okay, doesn't look like anybody's pouncing. Last call. We'll close the pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Team 8, it's your direct.
So we'll say the 6 men call themselves Chhe Hindustani.
Chhe Hindustani.
And the Dalit savant is Ambedkar.
Ambedkar, okay.
So they were called essentially the drafting committee of the Constituent Assembly of the Constitution and
Okay.
Ambedkar.
Ambedkar. Team 1.
The 6 men call themselves the Bombay Progressive Artists Group.
Okay.
The Dalit is
What?
Kancha Elia Shepherd, the author.
Yeah, pass.
Okay. Team 2.
Yeah, we'll say the artists, progressive artists. They are progressive artists, Bombay, right? The Dalit savant is probably Ram Kinger Bej.
Sorry?
Ram Kinger Bej.
Not Ram Kinger Bej. Just into the mic a little, Bombay Artist Group and Ram Kinger Bej. Team 3.
I'll just randomly say they call themselves the secular team.
Okay.
And the Dalit savant is Palwankar Balu.
Okay.
What is said for the first? So we'll say they are the Bombay Pentangular Captains and
Bombay Pentangular Captains.
And
Right.
Palwankar Balu. Huh? Palwankar Balu.
Palwankar Balu. Team 5.
We'll say Bombay Progressives and the Dalit savant Gaitonde.
Gaitonde, okay.
So Bombay Progressive Artist Group and ARA.
That is the full 10 points. Well done. Team 6, again picking it up. This is KHRA. So Progressive Artist Group is correct. So 10 points to Team 6. We'll give 5 points to Team 1, who said Progressive Artist Group first. Direct back to Team 7. Around 15 years ago, China started encouraging a certain industry to set up shop in Tibet due to the helpful environmental conditions there. When the company started installing things there, they immediately ran into problems because these installations physically blocked a daily activity that has been part of the lifestyle of the locals for millennia. As a result, whatever this was had to be raised a little more than they generally are. What industry? What was the problem they ran into? Think about not just in Tibet, any kind of rural society, what might be something because of which if you're installing something at ground level, might be stopped. Okay, pounds from Team 5. They were putting up stuff at ground level. There was a problem because locals were troubled. So they had to raise it, whatever these things are, they had to raise it up a little, whatever they are. Okay? So direct is now with Team 7. And we had 1 pounds. Last call, anybody else? Not pouncing, team 7.
So the industry will say is solar cells. So
Okay.
they were installing solar cells and the solar panels, and the issue was yaks grazing. So they wanted some more space for the yaks to graze. So
Okay, it's not specifically yaks or anything, just grazing of farm animals, but well done, 10 points to you. So solar panels were installed, but they were stopping animals from being able to graze in lots of land. So they had to raise them up so that there was enough space for them to walk through. So 10 points to team 7 and team 5. 10 points to team 5 as well. Good, excellent pounds. Direct to team 8. Okay. Ashura is the 10th day of Muharram. Shias believe the day marks several key moments from the Quran, such as someone named Allah forgiving Adam. What is being paid tribute to in the ceremony? You'll have a helpful visual coming. Now, the Sunni Muslims mark Ashura as a day of mourning to honor the aftermath of an event. What is this event? Dated to either 60 or 61 AH. Now, pay attention to the visual. Okay? You don't have to give me the Arabic equivalence or anything. It's an Abrahamic religion. As long as you have the concept, we'll give you points. Just look at what is happening here, right? There is a large group that has splintered to make way. So what possibly could be being paid tribute to? Alright, take a good look at the visual. Go back to the text. For the second. Whoever said quizzing was not an injury-prone sport. Okay, for the second part, if you know what is the major difference between Sunni and Shia, there is kind of one point of conflict, let's say, that will help you get to the second part, right? It's a day of mourning, right? They're mourning something. So, what kind of event might it be? You need at least one proper noun in the second, like one place name needs to be in your, for the second part, okay? So, pounces from team 6, team 9 and team 2. Directors with team 8. Yeah. Okay. Oh, team 5 as well. And 5, 2, 5, 6 and 9. Okay. Directors with team 8. Yeah.
Second part is the Battle of Karbala.
Battle of Karbala.
The first part is the split which happens when Muhammad's followers and the other...
Okay, it's a reference to the actual schism between the two sects. Okay, team 1.
First part we'll say this is God appearing as a burning bush to Moses.
Okay.
Second part, mourning, I think it's this battle in which the Muslims lost to the Quraysh or something. It's in Badr, I think. I'm not sure.
All right, team 3.
The event is the Battle of Karbala and the reference is to the parting of the Red Sea.
That is the full 10 points. So this, it looks like the Red Sea parting. So that's Moses parting the Red Sea, and the Battle of Karbala is of course the second part. Well done. So let's give 5 points to team 8. 10 points to team 3. On the pounds, team 2, teams 2 and 5 get 10. 6 and 9 also get 10. Alright, well done. Good pouncing everyone. Direct is now to team 4. The Ojas who inhabit the town of Mayang in Assam believe that there are no artifacts involved in this practice, but skills have been passed down generationally. This dates to the time of the Mahabharata and some of the unique powers that one of the sons of the Pandavas had. All this led to various articles about Mayang, dubbing it the blank of India. Fill in the blank. And who is the mythological character? Who is this one of the sons of the Pandavas? Right? So you can see something happening there. If it helps, the fact that that is a pot over there may help you etymologically. Okay? As you can see, this is a religion question I'm much more comfortable with. Alright? If you are having trouble figuring out which son of the Pandavas, the fact that that's a pot over there may be helpful etymologically. And look at what's happening. There's skills are passed down generationally, looks something mystical. So what could that blank be? Okay? No, you have to tell me what that blank is. You definitely know what that blank is. Skills are being, whatever these skills are being taught. Powers and skills and mystical stuff are being taught. Alright, pounds from team 3. Anybody else pouncing? We'll close. Team 4, you are direct.
So mythological character will say Ghatotkach.
Okay.
And the witchcraft, witch.
Okay, team 5.
So blank will say memory of India.
Memory of India.
Because the sun had a photographic memory.
Okay.
And the sun, anything?
Right. Ghatotkach. Team 6.
So blank will say Salem of India and Ghatotkacha.
Okay. Salem of India and Ghatotkacha.
The mythological character will say Sahadev.
Okay.
And the Oracle of India.
Oracle of India. Okay.
We'll say it's the Hogwarts of India and Ghatotkacha.
That is the full 10 points. It's the Hogwarts of India. They're teaching magic and Ghatotkacha, of course. Well done. So team 4 said Ghatotkacha first. So 5 points to team 4. 10 points to team 8. And plus 10 to team 3. Excellent pounds there. Well done. Direct to team 9. In the 1990s, Wellington-based artist Raymond Boyce assisted over 400 women, created a series of tapestries for the grand reopening of something in London. One of the motifs in this collection was intended to both honor Sam Wanamaker, lifting up this establishment, as well as a nod to the past in the form of Sir Francis Drake's achievement. London suggested to Boyce to recognize New Zealand's contribution. They subtly rotate something in the design. So, what was this motive? Or what did all this tribute or look like? How did this rotation help? Simple logical second part. There is a bit of phrasing there which should help you figure out the first part as well. Sam Wanamaker lifting up this establishment. And obviously you need to figure out the establishment itself. Team 8 got it, so team 9's question. We have a pounce from team 3 and team 4. Okay, I'm closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and 8 has pounced as well, just in time. So pounces from 3, 4 and 8. We'll just give them enough time, but once they've all been checked, 9, please have an answer ready. Okay? You guys are ready, right? With an answer? Wait, hold on. Let them finish checking. As soon as they're done, everybody else also, this is your time. Don't be buying time once the guesses have come. Looks like a -5. Right? That's checked, right? 8 is checked. Okay. All right. Team 9.
So this is a globe theater reopening. So it's a physical globe. Basically, it's lifting. And
I mean, want to add something more?
I mean, like a statue of a globe, essentially. And
Okay.
it is rotated so that New Zealand is on the top, and hence a tribute to New Zealand.
Okay. Team 1.
This is Atlas carrying the globe, and they rotated it to make New Zealand on the
That is the full 10 points. This is the motive we wanted is Atlas holding up the globe. That's why lifting up was there. And the globe was positioned to show the southern hemisphere to pay tribute to New Zealand. So full 10 points to team 1. We'll give 5 points to team 9. So 8. Minus 5 to team 8. Plus 10 to both 3 and 4. Direct is now to team 2. This whiskey distillery takes its name from a Gaelic word meaning fertile land and combined with the word for a local stream. In 2025, they had a partnership with the company which resulted in a unique experience for visitors to their estate. Which distillery? Which company whose employees should probably refrain from drinking whiskey while they are working? So we'll show you some visuals that will help you figure out who they partnered with. Right? So these are all from the people they partnered with. Go back to the text. Alright. So 2 parts. Whiskey distillery coming from the Gaelic words meaning fertile land and the word for a local stream. Question is with 2. Team 5 is going for it. And I think we'll close pounds with that. Team 2. You're direct. Rest of the teams, please have your various distilleries, as I'm sure this is going to end up as an auction. Ready?
We'll say Kaol, Ila, and Cirque du Soleil.
Okay, Cirque du Soleil. And what did you say for it? Could you say it again loudly?
Kaol, Ila.
Kaol, Ila. Team 3.
Okay, we're going to say Cirque du Soleil and Glenmorangie.
Glenmorangie. Team 4.
Lagavulin and Cirque du Soleil.
Okay, team 6. What's your favorite whiskey? They pounced.
Balvenie and Cirque du Soleil.
Balvenie and Cirque du Soleil.
Dalmore and Cirque du Soleil.
Dalmore and Cirque du Soleil. Team 8. Pass. Team 9.
Lafroig and...
Lafroig. Okay, one more we didn't guess yet. Team 1.
Silt.
Huh?
Silt.
Silt.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And team 2 is direct. Anybody? Cirque du Soleil is correct, so we'll give 5 points to team 2. Anybody in the audience know their whiskies well enough? Not Glenfiddich. Right? Did team 5 get it right? Okay, of course not. Minus 5 to team 5. This is a brand called Macallan. I think. Alright, it's the Macallan distillery. So minus 5 to team 5, plus 5 to team 2, direct to team 3 on the question 10. The compromise of 1790 happened between Thomas Jefferson and James Madison on one side and Alexander Hamilton on the other. Now, Hamilton wanted to nationalize the war debt, whereas Madison and Jefferson wanted something specific as it would benefit their home region and placate the South. So what did Hamilton agree to in return for nationalizing the debt? I think the last bits of the second para will help you a fair bit. Direct is with team 3 and we have pounces from 8 and 5. Anybody? Wait till I close. Alright, we'll close pounds, only 5 and 8. Team 3, you're direct. Okay, hold on 1 second. Wait.
They have just wrote that. So
Team 3.
He agreed to keep slavery legal, basically.
He agreed to keep slavery legal. Okay. Team 4.
So he agreed basically to the Second Amendment, so the South could
People
keep
can.
their guns. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Team 5 pounds. Team 6.
So they decided to introduce taxation on certain cash crops.
Okay. Team 7.
So they decided to make the capital in the north instead of in the south. So Washington DC in the north of the US instead of in the south region.
Okay. I think you want to add a little bit more?
Maybe they didn't want to have the capital in Atlanta or one of those places. Maybe make Philadelphia the capital, whatever it is, make it in the north of the US and not in the south.
I think we'll just give it. It's fine. We will close the question. We wanted a specific proper noun. Anybody want to say what it is? That is the correct answer. So along the Potomac River in Virginia or Maryland, which is where it ended up, which is in Washington DC. So, yep. So we'll give 10 points to Team 7. We'll give 10 points to Team 8 and 10 points to Team 5 as well. All right. Well done. All the teams that got it. Team 9, it's your turn. Okay. Rick Pickard, nicknamed King of the Swing for his meticulous maintenance technique, uses this specialized nozzle spraying precise droplets of water evenly across the track. Now, he maintains a consistent speed while going up and down the surface to make sure the pebbles he creates is evenly spread across the surface. Now, your question is, what purpose do these pebbles serve? Okay? So, I'll just show you the guy in, like these are what these pebbles are, right? You can see, this is a close-up of what these pebbles look like. Just so we're clear, you have to give me a purpose, right? If you think the context is Toy Story, that's not what I want. This is how the animation works in Toy Story, right? You have to give me an explanation. Just giving a context will get you no points. So he's walking across a track. He maintains consistent speed and he's creating these droplets which form pebbles, right? Water droplets harden and form these pebbles. What purpose do these pebbles serve? Again, close up, like, just look at the fact the color is actually somewhat helpful for you to maybe figure out the context. These are the, you can see some projections, right? Those are the pebbles that I'm talking about. Those are droplets that have formed these pebbles. And the fact that they're called pebbles maybe might help you also figuring out the context. Okay? Bounces is from 3 and 2. Anybody else bouncing? 4 also. Please give an explanation. Yeah, 2, 3, 4, that's it. Bounce is closed. All right. Pounces are done. Direct is with team 9, right? Oh, 8. Okay.
We'll say this is to allow the rocks to glide on curling.
How so?
It reduces the amount of friction on the ice.
That is correct. It reduces the friction or surface area to allow it to glide through in curling, right? So 10 points to team 8. On the pounds, 2, 3 and 4 all get plus 10 as well. Well done. So 2, 3, 4 and 8. Direct is now to team 9. Last question of the first passing round. Karen Wynne Fonstad was born in Oklahoma a few months before World War II ended. She attended the University of Oklahoma where she got a master's degree in geography. In her late 20s, her friend lent her a paperback copy of a book that she was very enthralled by and read over 30 times. Unlike most readers, she was trained as a cartographer and came up with an ambitious plan. So she called the publisher Houghton Mifflin to pitch this idea, which was finally accepted. So what was this idea? Right? There will be a proper noun in your answer. Okay? She read something, maybe more than one something, and yeah, she was very enthralled by it, read it many times. I mean, there may have been other stuff also, but one prominent thing. Okay, so don't get confused. Don't just ignore that. She read something, and she was a cartographer. What could she have done? Okay, bounces from 3 and 4, 9. 1, 3, and 9 are bounced. We'll close bounds with that. Just ignore that. Just ignore that. I said she may have read more than just one thing, but ignore that. Okay. Done? 1, 3, and 4. Direct is with Imran. Yeah.
So the idea was essentially to circumnavigate the globe, like around the world in 80 days.
Okay.
And hence, the magazine formally covered, someone circumnavigating the world.
Okay. All right. Passing it to
Nellie
team 2.
Bly, maybe.
Sorry?
Nellie Bly.
Okay. Not Nellie Bly.
Probably the map in the Lord of the Rings.
That is the correct answer. So, it is an atlas for the Lord of the Rings world. She read Lord of the Rings and said, oh, let me make maps for it. And she'd also go on doing Dragon Riders of Pern as well. So, on 10 points to team 2 on the pounds. Okay. So, 1 and 4 get plus 10 and 3 gets minus 5. All right. So, we'll do a couple of audience questions brought to you by Axis Bank. So, this is all going to broadly revolve around the world of finance. All right. Let's see the question. What type of investing driven by impulse decisions? It's a herd mentality as people are scared of. Yes, FOMO is correct. Fear of missing out on potential gains. All right, we'll not give Naveen a prize. We'll try the next question. Okay, this is a unique 11-digit alphanumeric. Yes, IFSC code. Okay, what is the 5th character? No. Sorry? 0 is correct, but we'll give the gentleman there in the brown shirt a calendar, please. Can we give him a prize? Well done. No, not that one. There. All right. Okay. 0 is correct. Okay. Do we have the scores ready? Just give us a second to tabulate. We'll look at the scores at the end of the first half. All right, Pranav and Sriniket on 25. VR and Rauf on 35. Sangeet and Abhijit also on 35. Shanka and Sanat also on 35. Jaydev and Srirath on 25. Subrat and Ashwath on 30. Abhilash and JP on 35. Rishabh and Varun on 30. And Leon Prashant on 15. All right, as tight as a competition I can get. Anybody's game to make it into the final. Now to take you through round 2 and 3 of the semi-finals, please give a round of applause for Shorjo Sengupta.
Okay. So folks, I would just like to remind you that 3 teams from the semis will qualify to the finals. Please keep your own scores meticulously so that we don't get into an argument later. So this round is brought to you by India's foremost stream aggregator, OTTPlay. Each answer in this round is the movie or a TV show or a documentary that you can stream on OTTPlay using various sites. So 6 questions, all written, 10 for each correct answer. Part points as applicable. Okay, first question. Which much lauded sequence from the recent past, poetically described by the makers as River of Hills, is being discussed here by cinematographer Michael Bowman?
Over the top of a hill, surge, our focus puller, rolled focus to the crest of the hill. And we're only watching on a small 5 or 7 inch monitor. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But to see it on a gigantic IMAX screen with the sound is such a dynamic and powerful experience that I don't think is rivaled on any other format. It really underscores the power of...
So a much lauded sequence from sometime in the past year. It was described by the makers of the film as River of Hills. So the cinematographer says we begin on the crest of a hill, then you move down and the focus puller pulls up again. So just try to visualize what a literal river of hills might look like. Very popular and acclaimed sequence from sometime in the past year from a movie which released on IMAX. So we're looking for a brief description and the name of the film. Mentioning either will give you half a point, but if you get one, you should ideally get the other as well. Just try to visualize a river of hills. Let's move on to question number 2. Here, an actress and director analyze the various costumes required for a biopic's subject to enact different roles. So the biopic's subject is the role being played by the actor, by the actress. The one they're discussing here is from a tragic opera comique by a man called Luigi Cherubini, set in the ancient city of Corinth. So who is the subject of this biopic? You will see the director of the biopic and the actress, and which particular figure is she portraying here using that costume. So inside the biopic, which figure is the subject portraying? Let's see the video.
They made one for the film that is identical and was beautifully hand-painted. I think it's why we both loved it so much.
I loved it. I also loved the scene when you walk down the stairs holding this knife after a pretty dark situation. You played it very beautifully, and we shot it with different cameras. It's a very accomplished thing that Massimo, our costume designer, did. Let's see what else is in here.
Yeah, let's go back. So you saw the director of the film and the actress. Who is the actress portraying in the film whose snapshots you saw? And inside the film, the subject is in turn portraying another figure who lived in the ancient city of Corinth, according to certain literary works. Which figure is that? Both the answers begin with the same letter. The first name of the subject and the figure's name begin with the same letter. I can give you the name of the director if it helps. It's Pablo Larraín, Chilean director. If that helps, which is unlikely. No, they don't share the name. The first name of the subject and the figure, its name start with the same letter. So in case you didn't notice, the figure was holding 2 knives. The figure was holding 2 knives. So the scene's shown here, but just after a gruesome act that she commits, using those knives. Which figure is this? Yeah? Yeah, we can play the video once more. We won't be playing it during the run back.
They made one for the film that is identical and was beautifully hand-painted. I think it's why we both loved it so much.
I loved it. I also loved the scene when you walk down the stairs holding this knife after a pretty dark situation. You played it very beautifully, and we shot it with different cameras. It's a very accomplished thing that I must.
So I'd just like to point out the fact that the subject of the film herself is portraying another figure. So you have a general idea of what kind of person this is. Okay, let's move on to question 3. Simple. What historic injustice is the subject of this Punjabi show? This incident took place around the year 1914. You will watch a dramatization of it.
ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਿੱਦ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਰੰਗਾਂ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਪੱਕੀ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਜਜ਼ਬੇ ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ ਰਾਜ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਵੱਡੇ ਬਰਾਬਰੀ ਦੇ ਹੱਕ ਲੈਣ ਸਮੁੰਦਰੀ ਜਹਾਜ਼ਾਂ ਤੇ ਚੜ੍ਹ ਆਏ। ਜਦੋਂ ਸਮੁੰਦਰ ਚੜ੍ਹਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਸੁਨਾਮੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਚੜ੍ਹਦਾ ਫਿਰ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਇਨਕਲਾਬ।
So which historic injustice which took place around the year 1914 or 15 is being dramatized here? We need one proper noun in the answer. If you have that proper noun, you will get the points. Don't need to give us a short story or anything. You saw a ship, you saw certain people on the ship, you saw the city of Vancouver, and you saw harbor inspectors. So putting all that together gives you a certain incident. Which incident is this? Let's move to question number 4, please. Okay. Growing up in Kalimpong in the 1970s, the defining space in Binod Pradhan's life was his father's photo studio. There he got his first box camera and saw people and places fade from glorious black and white into a yellowed impression of the past. So these were the photos in his father's photo studio. 3 decades after the 1970s, sometime in the 2000s, it was this childhood memory that shaped the look of something, with Binod telling his intermediate colorist that he wanted the imagery to feel like old hand-painted photographs. What was thus created? So Binod Pradhan is one of the acclaimed cinematographers working in Bollywood today. So we're looking for something specific in a Hindi film, which was shaped by the fact that Binod saw his father's old photographs gradually turn into a yellowish color. So some element in a very acclaimed Hindi film from the 2000s was inspired by this fact. So again, name the movie and which particular characteristic of that movie is because of this. $2000s, yeah. Mid-2000s. I think it's specifically 2006, but don't hold me to that. Movie will give you half a point. Or rather 5 points. Okay. Let's move to question number 5. This studio was co-founded by Chakravarti Ramachandra, who grew up with a steady diet of Ramsey Brothers on VCR. The movies the studio produces work chiefly after dark, and so it has a very appropriate 2-word name. 5 letters for each word. What is this studio's name? And seen in this image is the director of a 2025 release of this studio holding a very important prop. Which 2025 film is this in which that small red hair clip plays a key role? I want the name of the studio. Just go back to the question. The name of the studio, 2 5-letter words. It was given this name because its movies work chiefly after dark. What can be this name? And which popular 2025 release of this studio involved that small hair clip as a crucial prop? I'll even add the fact that the clicking of that hair clip is used throughout the movie as a soundtrack, in its soundtrack. The clicking of the hair clip. If that helps. Don't need to identify the director, just the movie and the studio's name. Okay, let's have question 6. In the heart of the mountains lies a sacred pond. At its center stands a blank tree. So opens the trailer of this 2025 Kannada show, which weaves a rich tapestry using the region's cultural history. Its title design, which you will see at the end of a video we will play, includes a motif as reference to certain items used by performers of the Bedara Vesha, a ritualistic hunting dance particularly associated with the town of Sirsi. So which tree does that blank allude to? And what items are these used by these performers to decorate themselves and appear larger and more intimidating? So these items are something from nature. What items are these? And which tree fills the blank? Let's watch the trailer. motif. That is the motif up top. What does that reference? Something from nature that these dancers wear upon their person to appear larger and more intimidating. And which tree fills in the blank? For the first part, think of the fact that the basic premise of the show is to dig into the cultural history of Karnataka and fill in the blank with an appropriate tree. Several trees appeared. That particular tree might have appeared. I don't know. But you don't need to identify a tree from the trailer. If that's what you're asking. No, I don't read an English name. So the fact that the show is trying to mine the cultural history of Karnataka, that should give you the tree. What tree can it possibly be? Okay, I think that's quite enough. Let's move back. Question 1, which much lauded sequence is this? Please name the movie as well in your answer as with a brief description. Question 2, who is the subject of the biopic and which figure was she portraying here? What historic injustice is the subject of this Punjabi show? We need at least one proper noun in the answer. Question 4. What element from an acclaimed 2000s Bollywood movie was inspired by the fact that Vinod Pradhan's father's photographs gradually yellowed? Question 5. It's present throughout the film. Okay. Which studio? 5 and 5. And which 2025 film? And last question. Which tree fills the blank? And what are these items worn by the performers to appear larger and more intimidating? Okay. Please exchange sheets, guys. We'll go to the audience for the answers first, so don't blurt out anything. Yeah, quickly. Done? All done? Okay. Let's look at the answers. First question. Yeah, which sequence is this? Yeah, this is the car chase in the climax of one battle after another, where there is an undulating road like this, where the two cars move. So, yeah, description suffices. Question 2. Maria Callas and perfect answer. This is Maria Callas and Medea. So Medea had killed the children of Jason, who was her ex-husband, as a revenge. That was the moment being alluded to there. 5 points for each, yeah. Which injustice? That is correct. So a ship called Komagata Maru had sailed to Canada, but they refused to let the passengers alight, at which point they went back to India, where they were shot upon by British soldiers. Yeah. What from Rang De Basanti? That is correct. Let's see. So this is why the past or the documentary sequences of Rang De Basanti are in this faded yellow color. So you don't need to mention, yellow is already there, so you just mention past and Rang De Basanti sequence, that is enough. Question 5. Night shift is correct. That is correct. Dies Irae or Day of Wrath. And the studio is called Night Shift. And the last question. Not sandalwood. Kadamba is correct as an allusion to the dynasty. And the second part? Yeah, peacock feathers. So 5 each for any part answers. Please be generous in giving points, as we have been throughout. Okay, all exchange back. For which one? Not direct movie. Give 5. It's 2 parts. So. Yeah, just color palette is a bit much. So. So it was there throughout in bits, like. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's see how this goes. Team 1. 25 to team 1. 2. 45 to team 2. Still haggling for points. Team 3. 25. 4. 30 to 4. 5. 40 to 5. 6. 50 to 6. Super. 7. 30 to 7. 30 to 8. 25 to 9. Okay. I hope all scores are ready. So we'll do 2 more audience questions before we move on to the last 12 questions of the quiz. Yeah, blank is a financial and lifestyle movement that aims to achieve 2 main goals. So you have 4 blanks there. The first 2 blanks means having enough money saved and invested so that you no longer need to work for a living. And the latter 2 blanks refer to the fact that leaving one's traditional job and enjoying retirement at a much younger age than the typical age of 65. What is the name of this movement which combines these 2 blanks? Yes? Let's see the answer. Yeah, that shortens to FIRE. That is correct. Financial independence, retire early. And the next question. This is one of the security measures found on Indian currency notes. In it, elements like the Reserve Bank seal, the Reserve Bank governor's signature, and the Ashoka pillar emblem are printed in raised print, allowing them to be felt by touch. What is the security measure known as? The word derives from the Italian for engraving. Yeah. Perfect answer. Intaglio is correct. So the technique used to create the images that are difficult to reproduce in counterfeit currency comes from the Italian for engraving. Okay, so we will go to the last 12 questions of the semi-final and we'll start with team 9. Same rules as the first round. Plus 10 on the bounce and 10 and minus 5 on pounds. Let's see the first question. Bleed holes or breather holes are made up of usually 2 layers of a structural polymethyl methacrylate acrylic. The outer layer must be sealed against the external environment, and the second layer, which is separated from the outer one by an air gap, acts as a fail-safe. So there is an outer layer, then there is an air gap, then there is an inner layer. Due to high speed and altitude, these layers have to withstand fluctuations in temperature, forces, and pressure. These bleed holes help regulate the same between the air gap and the internal environment. Where would you have most commonly seen such breather holes? 3 and 4 and 6 have bounced. We'll give you a few more seconds on this. Just visualize the thing. There is an external environment. There is a layer. There is an air gap. Then there is an inner layer. The inner layer and the outer layer regulate the internal environment when there is very high speed and altitude. So where would you have seen these holes? Yeah. Okay, so let's close pounds in, yeah. Lots of teams bouncing. 1, 3, 4, 6, 8. Let's close pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lots of people look at these things and wonder why are they there. This is why they're there, to help regulate the environment. Direct is with team 9. All bounces checked. Okay, team 9.
Airplane windows.
Perfect answer. These are indeed the small holes found at the bottom of airplane windows. So you might have wondered why are these there. So this is why they're there, because they help equalize the pressure, temperature, etc. between the external and the internal environments. Yeah. 10 to 4. 10 to 3. Minus 5 to 1, unfortunately. 10 to 6. Minus 5 to 8 as well. But plus 10 to team 9. And the next direct goes to team 8. Question 2 coming up. In the mid-1940s, the USS Nevada underwent repair so it could safely complete a journey of about 2,100 nautical miles. The ship was chosen so it could complete its service to the nation with dignity while serving an important purpose. However, this did not come to pass. Instead, the US sent across the Nagato for the same purpose, a move filled with symbolism. How was the USS Nevada damaged in the first place? Because the need arose to repair it. So how was it damaged in the first place? And what made the Nagato symbolically apt, considering the USS Nevada was the previous choice? So because the Nevada could not be repaired on time, the instead says, okay, we will focus all our attention on the Nagato and use that for this purpose. What was this purpose? Yeah. For the second part, we need a fairly specific answer. You need to mention what the Nagato was, as a result of which it was symbolically apt. Ideally, you should mention the name of a person in the second half, if you can. Even if you don't mention the name of the person, you give us very specific context, that also works. But ideally, name of a person. So in the mid-40s, the Nevada was undergoing these repairs. So whatever this whole context is a few years further down the line. So just to clarify once again, I said that the repairing was being done in the mid-40s. So whatever all this is taking place a few years further down the line. Few years after the mid-40s. Yeah. They chose, whatever they chose the Nagato for, that was happening some years after the mid-40s. I'll give you a few more seconds to process this. Something damaged the Nevada. So it was lying damaged. Then they thought that we shall repair this and use it for some purpose, but they could not repair it. So they said, okay, we have the Nagato. The Nagato is symbolically apt if we focus all our attention on it. So what was the Nagato used for? You have to tell why, what was it used for and why, which made it symbolically apt. Okay, looks like people are slightly blank, so I'll add something. Nagato was ferried from wherever it was resting to a certain ground zero in some place else in the world. What was happening at that ground zero? That will give you what the Nagato was used for. But you also need to say why was it symbolically apt. Those two together is the second part. The first part is very simply what damaged the Nevada. Okay, I think we will close pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, teammate, let's have an answer.
The first part is the Pearl Harbor attack.
Okay.
Second part, we'll say it was for the rebuilding effort at Hiroshima. They were using the scrap to sort of reconstruct some of the things.
Oh, they're using scrap from the Nagato to reconstruct Hiroshima. That is what you said.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Team 7.
So we'll say Nevada was damaged in the Battle of Midway. And what made the choice? So Nagato was maybe the point from where the planes that took off to bomb Hiroshima and this were launched. And since Nevada was where they did the testing, so that is why it was ironic or some.
So what did they use the Nagato for?
For launching the planes which then bombed Nagasaki and Hiroshima.
Okay. Team 6.
So that was used for, USS Nevada was damaged during Pearl Harbor. And Nagato was Admiral Yamamoto's flagship. So it was the ship that in which he was killed. So it was sent across to rebuild Hiroshima.
Okay. Yeah. 5.
So the damage in Pearl Harbor, Nagato was used when they were doing the tests at Bikini Atoll. So that is the ground zero of Funda. It was one of the ships that was sort of used as a scale, for the hydrogen bomb tests, etc.
Okay. Why was it chosen?
Okay, and we'll say it was Nagato has Japanese origin for the name, and since they used the atom bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that same symbolism they carried over to the Bikini Atoll test.
Because it was a peaceful test, so...
Understood. Yeah, Team 4.
So we'll say the Nevada was damaged when the Japanese took over Manila and Eisenhower had said, I'll be back and so on. And it was originally meant to take Eisenhower back to the US, but when Eisenhower eventually moved back to the US and started his political career, the Nagato took him back.
Okay, you're going for transport for Eisenhower. Team 3.
So we're going to say USS Nevada was damaged by Pearl Harbor during the Pearl Harbor attacks. What it was used for was for accepting Japan's surrender on board the ship. And
you have more to add? Okay, Team 2.
So Pearl Harbor, Nevada was bombed during Pearl Harbor. Nagato was probably the ship which was used to bomb Pearl Harbor, right? The ships which are launched, the planes which are launched were launched from Nagato, and it was probably sunk later. So the US used this to probably, I'm guessing that they wanted to hand over the power back to the Japanese. Right. Yeah. Yeah, so they wanted to. So Nagato was the ship which the Japanese originally used to bomb the Pearl Harbor. The planes.
That I heard. What did they use it for?
So they wanted to. So US was ruling Japan after the World War II. So they wanted to give the power symbolically back to the Japanese. They originally wanted USS Nevada to go do that.
They used it as a metaphor.
Right.
Okay. Team 1.
Pearl Harbor damage. Nagato was used to bring back the martyrs of the Korean War.
Okay, interesting. Team 9 is left.
Yeah, so Nevada was damaged in Pearl Harbor attacks. Nagato was originally a Japanese warship, which then contributed to the Hiroshima Peace Memorial reconstruction.
Okay. Unfortunately, we do have all the parts, but now no team said everything together. So Nevada was damaged during Pearl Harbor. Nagato was Admiral Yamamoto's flagship, and it was for that reason it was used as the primary target of the Bikini Atoll Baker atomic test. So we will give 7 points to Team 6 for saying the first two parts, and 3 points to Team. We'll give you 5 points. 5, yeah. So you have to divide it that way then. Yeah. 5, 3, 2. That is okay. 5 to 8. Yeah. And 2 to 5. Yeah. 2 points for such a great answer, unfortunately. Question now to Team 4. The second ever Women's World Cup took place in New Zealand in 1982. 5 teams other than the hosts were invited. However, the Netherlands were unable to make it. The West Indies team boycotted the tournament, protesting a controversial occurrence in the world of sport in New Zealand the previous year, that is 1981. Why did the Windies women boycott the tournament? Question is with Team 4. We'll close pounds fairly quickly on this one. What controversial occurrence of that era, that is 1981, were they protesting? The Windies were protesting, so think accordingly. So we'll close pounds in 5, 4. Direct is with Team 4. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, they haven't pounced. Yeah. Okay, pounds is checked. Team 4.
So we'll say New Zealand team had gone to apartheid South Africa to play rugby, and so West Indies boycotted.
Okay, I'll move.
I think it's the other way around. South Africa had come to.
That is correct. And for the question says in New Zealand, so the New Zealand allowed the South Africans to come and play the tour. So yeah, plus 10 to Team 3. Unfortunately, minus to Team 5 and plus 10 to Team 6. Well done. Question now for Team 2. Hindi cinema has always been a source of energy and inspiration for this artist. Many of his works pay homage to Hindi films and to this particular favorite, which has brought him much joy. Who is this artist? What moment from one 1970s film has he recreated here? So this is from a series of works paying homage to various Hindi films. Who is this artist? Very characteristic style. No other artist shares this style. So from the characteristic style, you have to figure out which painter this is. And from a 1970s film, what moment is this? This Hindi film question has been brought to you by the great Bollywood connoisseur Mahendra Balu. Question is with team 2. For the second bit, we need like a description. If you can give the name of the actor who has been portrayed, just go to the painting. If you can give the name of that actor, that helps, but even without it, we'll give points. Yeah. Okay. We'll move a bit faster from now on. We have an entire final to conduct. So we'll close pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Only team 6 is pounced. Yeah, please go to the image. Okay. Pounce is closed. Pounce has been checked. Direct to team 2. We have 2 Hindi film fans here as well. Yeah.
Yeah, for the artist, we'll say, F.N. Sousa.
Okay.
For the 1970s film, this is probably the movie Anand. Rajesh Khanna is just dying inside the room and Amitabh Bachchan is coming out crying.
Okay, they said in Anand, Rajesh Khanna is dying and Amitabh Bachchan has just come out. Team 1.
F.N. Souza and Dilip Kumar.
F.N. Souza and something to do with Dilip Kumar. Team 9. Passing. 8. Also passing.
So we'll say the movie is Garam Hawa.
Okay.
That's maybe Balraj Sani feeling sad for something. And artist will go with Souza.
Okay, Souza and Balraj Sani, 6 pounds. 5.
Artist will guess Sabwala. A moment from this, we'll say some Utpal that overacting in which movie? Some movie.
Okay. Some overacting something, yeah.
Artist Souza and film will say Golmaal Amol Palekar. He's covering his mustache and coming.
Oh, he has covered his mustache and is coming.
The
Okay,
double
team 3.
F.N. Souza and something from the movie Guide.
Okay. Yeah. So we are done, right? Are we giving any points to this? 5 points? 3 points. Acha, 3 points to VR for getting to Anand at least. Let's look. Anybody in the audience for the artist? That is the perfect answer for the second part. This is Johnny Walker of the moment he learns of Anand's cancer. What is the first part? Just 1 second. This artist has a nickname which is the name of an extinct bird. Yeah.
Atul Dodia.
Yeah. This is Atul Dodia, nicknamed Dodo. So, plus 10 to team 6. Well done. Plus 3 to team 2 for coming up with Anand. Question to team 1. This person made the headlines in the late 60s when a photo of her being physically assaulted was published. In a recent interview, she said, I look at the face of that girl, and I say girl because I had just turned 20, and I'm really proud of her for standing up and saying, I'm starting this, and I'm going to finish it and prove to the world that women deserve a space. Her story inspired a global movement called 261 Fearless. Whom are we referring to here? And why was the movement called 261? Fairly specific answers for both parts. First part is obviously a name, surname will do. And why 261? So, in the interview, notice the fact that she said, I'm starting this and I'm going to finish it. These are quite literal things she's saying. And in the process, prove to the world that women deserve a space, where at that point, they were not given this space. And this was in the late 60s. For attempting to do this, she was physically assaulted by an official. Three and 4 have pounced. Question is to team 1. We have to move a bit quickly, so I shall close pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Only 3 and 4 have pounced. Okay. Team 1.
So this is the woman trying to run the, I think Boston Marathon. She's pushed, saying don't
Okay.
run. And 261 Fearless.
What is her name though?
I don't know her name.
Acha.
261 Fearless. Maybe she did it in is it like 2.61 miles? Or timing. Her time. No, 61 minutes. Artha illa. Yeah, 2.61 miles. Her distance that she had run.
Okay, she had run 2.65 miles when she was caught.
Yeah.
Okay. Team 1. Sorry, Team 9. Yeah.
Yeah, the Boston Marathon lady, and 261 was a bib number as entry number.
You have a name for the lady?
No.
No? Passing? 8?
We'll say it's the same woman. We don't have a name either. 261 is because 26.1 miles.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll say the lady is brown.
Okay.
And 26.1 miles is the distance of the marathon.
Sticking to the miles thing. 6.
So brown and bib number 261.
5. Jackson. Okay. They have pounds. Team 2.
Jones and bib number 261.
Okay. Yeah, Roti is raising his hand, so we shall go to Naveen. That is correct. This is Catherine Schweitzer. Let's have a look at the answer. So all the funda provided was correct. She was one of the first or the first to attempt to participate in the marathon when she was tackled by that man. And this was a bib number 261. So who said bib number first? Team 9 says bib number first. You get +5 for that. And nobody got the other part. So question is to, yeah, pounds. +10 Team 4. Oh, okay. Undone by one letter. Question to Team 8. Just for Boston, I can't do it. In ancient Greece, this was a status symbol, but not in the way one might think. It was made using, among other things, sheep sweat and crocodile excrement, which was often harmful to users. So its use began to be regulated. Since it was popular with a certain group of people, they were forced to use it always, going about in public without inviting punishment. This was to ensure that they were clearly marked out as dangerous people that might lead one astray. What object, which is now an everyday object used by lots of people, is this? And who were this group of people in ancient Greece? So they literally used it to mark themselves in a certain way so that others could either go to them or avoid them, depending on their needs. And they could go about public without being punished if and only if they were wearing whatever this is. Yeah. So what everyday object is this? Yeah. What everyday object is this? Yeah. It's a kind of object which you apply to yourself in some way. And what were this group of people? Question is with Team 8. Nobody is pouncing. So we'll close in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Team 8.
So the group of people are prostitutes, and everyday object is like eyeliner, eye makeup or whatever
Okay.
kind of thing.
We'll say deodorant and prostitutes.
6.
Okay. Okay, facial makeup and prostitutes.
Anything specific?
Rouge and prostitutes.
Okay. Yeah, come on, quickly.
Lipstick and prostitutes.
That is correct. Unfortunately, it was rouge. It's an object, so unlikely to be rouge. Lipstick and prostitutes were apparently forced to mark themselves as prostitutes using these. So plus 10 to Team 5 and +5 to Team 8. Nobody pounced. Question to team 4. This American holds a record for drawing the most crowd, approximately 130,000, at an iconic venue in the southern hemisphere. Not even events in 56, 92, and 2015 could garner bigger crowds than that. Identify this once influential figure and identify which venue is this in the southern hemisphere. Who is this man? He drew crowds of 130,000 when he spoke at this venue in the southern hemisphere. An American who was once invited by Queen Elizabeth to Buckingham Palace to give psychological counseling. Go back to the question. This American was once invited to Buckingham Palace to give moral or psychological counseling. So think of what kind of profession might he be in. Famous or infamous, depending on your ideological perspective. So direct is to team 4. 2 has pounced. 6 has pounced. 7 has pounced. 5 and 6 have pounced. So we'll close in 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Done? Okay, team 4.
So venue will say is the MCG.
Okay.
Figure Graham.
That is correct. Well done. This is the Reverend Billy Graham, known for his television evangelism, etc. He spoke to a crowd of 130,000 at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. So full +10 to team 4. Well done on the pounds. 10 to 5. -5 to 2. -5 to 9. -5 to 6. So, okay. Let's move on to the next question. You want the scores? We'll do it after this question. Direct to team 3. As per J. De's book Khallas, through the ages of avoiding zero dials, which is a nickname for informers, the Mumbai underworld has developed a unique argot or lexicon of its own, often based on visual metaphors. For instance, the 11-number bus route is used for a cheap but risky getaway, and Lift Valley building is a slightly expensive but powerful item to procure. Explain what these two terms refer to and how the visual metaphors work in each case. First one is the 11-number bus route. How is that alluding to a risky getaway? And the second one is a Lift Valley building. How is that referring to a slightly expensive but powerful object? Try to visualize the two things. A lift is moving up through a building. And the first one is 11-number bus route. Focus on the number 11, not the bus route bit. Direct is to team 3. Unfortunately, I can't pause for too long, so we will close pounds. I don't think anybody is interested. So we'll close in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's see what people come up with. Team 3. Focus on the number, not the bus route bit. Second one, just imagine a lift going up. So how can that refer to a powerful object that these underworld people might be using? Okay. Parallel tracks and hence railway. Please speak into the mic.
I'll just repeat that for everyone's benefit. So for the first part, 11 is parallel, so they're using the mobile local also, and any train getaway. For the second part, we're going to say this is like a gun shooting its cartridge.
Like the cartridge is going into the gun, so that looks like a...
Okay. Cartridge going into the gun like this, and parallel tracks for a railway. 2.
Okay, for 11, it probably resembles railway lines. For the Lift Valley building, it is probably a very expensive shotgun or something.
Okay, 1.
Okay, we'll go with the same answer for the first one.
That's not what I want. That's not what I. No, what I had was this is automatically loading weapons. So magazines keep pushing up the.
Okay,
bullets one
that
after
is what they said. And
then the first one, the Yara number is like the gap between ones, no? So they jumped from one building to another.
oh, those are two buildings. Very interesting. Team 9.
For the first one, we'll say, I mean, visually it represents two people sitting on a bike and hence getting away.
Okay.
And second part, shotgun, loading a shotgun.
Shotgun. 8. Pass.
So go with 11 number being a double barrel old style gun and lift valley building being a automatic weapon.
Okay. 6.
11 is jumping across the track when the train is coming so that you can get away from the cops.
Okay.
That's the parallel line. And lift valley building is that automatic weapons where you can load the cartridge like this.
Okay.
The first part, we're going to say it's railway tracks, escaping by railway tracks. And the second part, we're going to say it's drugs because going up, I mean, you're getting high. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice. Team 4, anything to add?
So we'll say the number 11 bus route is running away because your legs look like, two sticks, number
Okay.
11, whatever. Lift valley building is an automatic weapon.
Perfect answer. Excellent stuff. Let's look at the answer. So because 1 and 1 are purported to look like your two legs, so this is running away, particularly risky getaway. And that is an automatic pistol with the cartridge, bullets going up the cartridge. So we'll give +5 to team 3 and full +10 to team 4. Scores once, please. Will it take time or? Okay, team 1, Pranav, team 1 is on 45, 2 on 78, 3 on 80, 4 on 105, 5 on 82, 6 on 108, 7 on 65, 8 on 65, 9 on 50. So the top 3 as of now is 108, 105 and 82, but right behind them are 80, 78 and the rest. So still a few questions to go. Let's see what happens. Question number 9. In the early 20th century, photographer Amarnath Mehta, aka Mahatta, which is what the Britishers called him, moved his family from Dalhousie somewhere up north, where Indian royalty were prone to spend their summers. The invention of the box camera freed him from constraints of the traditional studio, and he set up shop in a location that already had a certain kind of system of reflectors in place. This was his rationale for moving into such a spot. What kind of location was this? For the first part, just need a kind of location. Do not mention any proper nouns, please. Years later, Mahatta's work briefly gained currency in Bhutan when they were called to take a photograph of the then young monarch who had been recently crowned. For what purpose was the monarch's photograph taken? The photograph saw the monarch in side profile, which might be helpful. Show the image, please. This is a zoomed in photo of where the studio was set up. So it may or may not help you. But if you look at it carefully, perhaps it will. It is some location up north from Dalhousie. And as per Mahatta, such places already have a system of reflectors. So you need to work less to set up infrastructure. What kind of location was this? Yeah, show the visual, please. And why did they take a profile photo of Bhutan's monarch? This is a direct to team 3. I do not need any proper nouns in this answer. No. Neither part has a proper noun. Neither part has proper nouns. No proper nouns at all. Okay, closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 2, 9, and 5. 7 also. Question is with team 3. We'll wait for the pounds to be checked. 3 more questions to go after this. Again, I need a kind of location. Like college building, that kind of thing. Okay. Team 3. Image, please. I said the image may or may not help you, depending on how much you know. Team 3.
Okay, can you go back to the text?
Yeah, go back to the text.
So for the second part, we're going to say this was the photo that features on the bank notes in Bhutan.
Okay.
And for the first part, okay.
I don't want a proper noun. Do not give me a proper noun.
So these were in like valleys of snow-capped mountains, and that was reflecting anyway.
The snow in the valleys was reflecting it. Team 2. Pounced. 1.
This was near a lake, so the lake would reflect the light, and the purpose is the Bhutan currency notes.
So where exactly were they based? In what kind of thing? And second part?
Bhutan currency
That
notes.
is the full 10 points. That is correct. So they set up shop on a houseboat, not in Dal Lake, but beside on the river Jhelum. And that photo of the monarch was taken to be used on Bhutan's then new currency notes. So +5 to team 3 and full +10 to team 1. On the pounds? -5 to 2 and 5? Okay, -5 to 7 and 9 as well. Let's move on. Direct to question team 9. In 1510's Basel, the printer and publisher Johann Froben met a 17-year-old boy and introduced him to a satirical book written by a close friend and client. Its title believed to be a pun on Sir Thomas More's name. The boy filled the blank spaces of the book with sketches and later went on to create illustrations for subsequent editions. Who was this boy? He was then a young boy. And which book was this? This one of the illustrations he made for that book while he was very young in the 1510s. Went on to become one of the premier painters of his age from that location. So I need a precise answer in the first part. For the second part, just go back to the text. For the second part, which book was this? Whose title is believed to be a pun on Sir Thomas More's name. Now the pun is not directly on his name. The pun is something that his name is supposed to mean. So you won't get it by punning on Thomas or More. The book was written by a contemporary of Sir Thomas More, who is often mentioned in the same breath as Thomas More. Okay, let's close pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Direct is with team 9, yeah. Let's move a bit quickly, guys. Yeah. Anything at all?
Holbein for the boy.
Okay.
And
anything more precise?
The younger.
Go to the visual ones. Okay. And for the other part? Go back to the text. Anything, please?
A Man for All Seasons.
A Man for All Seasons and Holbein the Younger.
Vermeer for the boy and Man for All Seasons.
Vermeer and A Man for All Seasons. 7.
William Tell.
William Tell and anything?
Boy, pass.
Passing for the book. 6.
Holbein the Younger and Man for No Reasons.
Okay, instead of Man for All Seasons, Man for No Reasons. Team 5.
Boy will guess Rembrandt.
Okay.
And book we are guessing Complete Angler.
Okay, the Complete Angler and Rembrandt. Team 4.
Holbein for the boy and Bride of Lammermoor, as in Moore.
Okay, Bride of Lammermoor. Team 3.
Holbein and Decameron.
Holbein and Decameron, team 2.
We'll take a different route. We'll say the painter is Albrecht Dürer.
Okay.
And the book is Erewhon.
Okay. One has passed. So we'll give +5 to team 9 for getting Hans Holbein the Younger. Anybody for the book? Written by Erasmus? No, let's look at the answer. This is in praise of folly, and the Greek word moria refers to the act of folly. So that was the book. Yeah, thank you. I won't mention whose question is what. +5 to team 9, question to team 8. Last two questions of the semi-finals. Armani debuted a special collection in the US in 1979 at Barney's, New York. Edward Glantz was responsible for adapting the line for the American customers, making it low maintenance and affordable. What was special about this line of clothes, and how was it different from Armani's other collections? So, whatever made it special at that point, now it would be the opposite. Now, this would not be special at all. This would be very regular. And if you did the opposite, that would be special. But at that point, this thing was not, such things were not commonly available. So Armani did this, and so it was very special. How was it special? And how was it different from Armani's other collections? Because of the nature of this collection, it did not require as much attention as Armani's other offerings. Hence, it was different somehow. How was it different? Yeah. Direct is team 8, and we'll close pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Team 8. Yeah. Let's have something, guys. Yeah, quickly, please. Come on.
We'll say that this is the first time that they made clothes out of polyester, suits and all that out of polyester. It's different from Armani's other collections because it is like off the rack rather than bespoke, tailored.
So, give a precise answer. You're saying that this collection is not tailored.
It's not tailored, yeah. It's off the rack, so you can walk into a store and buy it rather than getting it custom tailored.
Okay, we'll pass.
So what was special, we'll say, is that it used to be wrinkle-free,
Okay.
right? How was it different? So these were not tailored, so these were off-the-rack clothes which could be picked up.
Okay. 6.
So special was, it was made completely by machines. It was not handmade at all. So now it's the other way around, that handmade is more expensive than machine made.
Okay.
And how it was different is Armani, this was the only one which was allowed to be sold outside Armani stores. It was publicly available. You couldn't.
Okay, outside Armani stores.
Yeah.
Okay. 5.
We're going to say it's basically an early example of fast fashion because it was mass produced. And yeah, I guess that's why it was different, because a lot of other collections from Armani were hand stitched, but this was mass produced essentially.
Okay. Okay, we'll give it to you. So +10 to team 5 for saying that. Let's see what the exact answer is. So yeah, this collection was ready-made, as other teams mentioned, and up till then everything had been hand-tailored. This was machine-made. So we'll give +5 to team 8, +5 to team 6 as well. So we'll give full 10 to them because they gave the precise answer. Yeah. Okay, nicely done. And the last question of the semi-final. Let's have a round of applause for all the setters sitting around you. Okay. Question is with team 4. Tavolette were handheld paintings featuring crucifixion or other martyrology scenes. They were used in rituals in the 16th century Italy, where they were shown to certain people to help them come to terms with what was about to happen. These rituals also involved a person known as a comforter who would sing devotional songs while holding up the tavolettes to the person's face, ensuring that they were focused on Christ in their crucial hour. Who exactly were these rituals meant to help? No proper nouns required. So this is one of the comforters holding up a tavolette, as you see. A photo of Christ crucified. Let's go back to the text. Direct is with team 4. What Who were these rituals meant to help? To help them come to terms with what was about to happen. Closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lots of teams have pounced. You can pounce, go for it. Why not? All done, Balu?
Yes, all taken.
Okay. Team 4.
So the rituals are meant to help people who are about to be executed.
That is enough. I'll stop you right there. Plus 10 to team 4. So these are meant to be shown to criminals about to face execution to give them some manner of comfort before they die. So with that, we come to the end of the semi-final for Nexus Open 2026. Let's take a look at the score. Oh yeah, sorry, pounds points. Yeah. Plus 10 to 9. Minus 5 to 8. 10 to 6 and 7. 10 to 5. 10 to 3. 10 to 2. Minus 5 to 1. 1 minus 5. 2 10. 3 10. Minus 5 to 1. 2 10. 3 10. 4 10. Anything else? Yeah, I thought that's done. Yeah. Okay, so for the last time in the semis, let's have a look at the scores and we'll see which 3 teams have made it. Just give us a moment. They're putting the teams on PPT. Okay. So here are the scores. Team 1 ends up on 50. Well done. Team 2 on 83. Team 3 on 95, 4 on 115, 5 on 97, 6 on 123, 7 on 70, and 8 on 60. So, 9 on 65. So, the top 3 teams are Subrat and Ashwath, Do Kodi Ke Log on 123. Then we have Shankhu and Sanat, Google's Overcoat on 115. And then we have Jayadev and Sridhar just pipping Sangeet and Abhijit, 97 to 95. Hard luck, guys. Okay. Well played, everybody. Please stay back to watch the finals if you can. Yeah. So, finalists, please come up and take your places. We need to get started as quickly as possible.
Right, we'll quickly start the finals. So if the top six can quickly take your seats. Yes, please. The might is right, as certain people would say. Shashwat, Pritish, we can settle down. We'll just quickly. Naveen, Toops. Can we quickly give the finalists some sheets to write? Please. Siddhan. I think everyone's in the loop, man. Okay, they can skip the return round. Rather than control only so much. Yeah, he's gone for small. Subrat, where are you? Right. Welcome to all the finalists of the Nexus Open. We don't have quite an audience, but that's okay. I'll quickly tell you the rules. We have 2 written rounds and we have 2 passing rounds. We'll start with the written round. Does everybody have a sheet of paper? Right. Quick thing to note on both the written rounds, we will not be going back to the question 1 to 4 and we're done. Right? We will not be going back to question 1 on the written. Yeah. Whatever the number is. Okay? So without too much ado, let's go to the first written round. Please welcome Kiwi. He'll be hosting the written rounds.
Let's go on to there are 6 questions, 10 points per correct answer, and part points where applicable. Let's go to question 1 of the finals. The Cantina Planisphere was smuggled into Italy in 1502. This map depicts the expeditions and discoveries of a country. In tribute to an event that occurred 8 years earlier, a clear demarcation line can be seen on one end of the map. What was this line a tribute to? The map was also noted for depicting Brazil's coastline. This depiction, plus further expeditions across the next decade, inspired a graduate of the University of Freiburg. So who was this person? Best known for a nominal decision. He studied this map in the course of creating his own creation, which went on to be iconic. So let's see the... This one. The one on the left, towards the left corner, the black line going vertical. Okay, let's see the text. So 2 parts. What is this a tribute to? And who was this person who went on to use this map and create something of his own? Picture once again. The name of the person. Okay. Let's move to question 2. Sports VU is a camera system employed by a firm called Second Spectrum. The data collected from these high-tech cams are used for a particular purpose. What is this purpose? So you see the picture, and you can make out the trappings of a camera system. What is this particular camera system used for? So for this question, we are looking for a 2-word answer. And there is a theme running across all the, a loose theme running across all the questions. For this, we need a 2-word answer. And there is a loose theme running across all the questions that should sort of help you arrive at the answer for this particular question. Okay, question 3. Stephen Briggs is an author who spent years poring over the works of his longtime friend and collaborator. The two worked together to help consolidate the sprawling, complex world and mutually decide on how to make sense of the intentional geographic inconsistencies. So what was Briggs designing? Ian Mitchell and Mark Morrow released an updated version of the same creation. They titled it those 3 blanks. It is an English phrase meant to imply that something meets the standard, while also referencing the 39th novel of a particular series. So what were these updated editions called? So what was Briggs designing? That's one part. And what were those 3 blanks that comes from the English phrase? Go back to the text, Adil. So what did Briggs do in collaboration with his longtime friend? And what are those 3 words? Move on to question number 4. The WHO began the practice of releasing interactive real-time maps to help the public better understand the effects of an epidemic. What was this interactive map created for in the early 2000s? So it says daily increase of confirmed something, and those lines on the graph correspond to Canada, China, Hong Kong, China, Singapore, and Taiwan. Show the text again, please. Yeah, just one part. What was this map created for? Early 2000s is the timeline. Let's go to question 5. This map, found in the Bering Strait in the late 19th century, depicts a year's worth of events related to which ethnic group from Siberia? Native to the namesake peninsula located near the Okhotsk Sea, the group is largely divided into sea mammal hunters and reindeer herders. This map was likely crafted by the hunter tribe, making use of a material also used to make their durable clothing, which helps them to withstand the harsh environment. So what is it made of? 2 parts, which ethnic group and what was there? What is this material? Show the text again, please. So for the second part, we're looking for an alliterative answer, 2 words. Okay, which ethnic group and what was this made of? Last question of the first written round. The House of Blow, run by the father-son duo Willem and Johannes, were one of the premier matchmakers of their time. They allowed one of their patrons to borrow some of their pieces, even indulging requests to cut them up into small grid-like outlines so that finer details would be highlighted. They also allowed this patron to use their creations for free, as the result would greatly spread the glory of the Dutch Empire. So what or who were they granting these requests for? So think of somebody very well known from that period. Need a proper answer, proper name in your, proper noun in your answer. What were they granting these requests for? If you know who the person is, then just add a couple of words. That's it. If you know who the person is, just add a couple of words to the answer. Okay, please finalize your answer. Few seconds. So there were some other clues there saying like, you know, cutting up the larger thing into smaller pieces and so on. Okay. If everybody is done with their answers, please exchange sheets. 3 and 4. Jaydeep, swap. Guys, please exchange. All done? Subrat? Let's go to the answers. Right, first one, what is this a tribute to? Okay, and what was the second part? Wall-Seymour map, yes. So the first is the Treaty of the Tordesillas and the Wall-Seymour map. 5 each. What was this used for? Heat maps in the NBA. We said we needed a 2-word answer. All right, what was Briggs designing? The Discworld maps. And what is the up to snuff? Yeah. You wrote up to scratch. SARS, simple answer. Fifth one. Not Kamchatka. Thought I heard the name from somewhere. Chook cheese, right? And what is it made of? Seal skins. Last one. For Vermeer to use in his paintings. Great answer. Right. Total up the scores and please give the sheets back. Team 1, what's your score? 40 to Team 1. Team 2? 50 to Team 2. Team 3? 45. Team 4? 30. Team 5? 45. Team 6? 20 to Team 6. 35 to 7. Team 8? 45 to 8. And 40 to Team 9. Okay? Second round is the clockwise round, handing over to Rishi, who will take you through the set.
Right. Thank you, Kiwi. So, quick warning before I start. We are running way behind on schedule. So, I'm going to be fairly quick on the pounds. So, if you have pounds, this is not going to be an extended conversation on pounds. Quickly, 1, 2, and we are done. Okay? Thank you. Let's go. 14 questions. Long quiz. So, please help. Question 1. The manner in which several words are signed in ASL has changed over the last decade or so. One significant change is that words are now mostly signed with the upper body and with minimal movement. Another significant change can be seen in these clips. So both clips will help you get to the second part. Okay? Whatever is seen, both clips refer to the same change. Right? There are 2 changes that have happened. Both clips will show you refer to the same kind of change. We'll play the videos. This is especially helpful for the second part. This one is particularly helpful for the second part. Right? We'll just quickly go to the question. Right? 2 parts. What is the significant change? Why are now What is the upper body minimal movement? Why is that changed in this manner? And what is that significant change, the other significant change, which is especially visible in the second clip? 2 parts. I don't see anybody pouncing. So I'm going to close pounce and I'll start with 1. Preetham, Calvin, quickly. Yeah, on the mic, please. Thank you. Yeah.
We'll say that the first one is because people began communicating over Zoom and other streaming video conferencing things.
Okay.
Second one, I'll say they've slowed down to account for like video buffering and general.
Okay. Team 2. Mike, quickly, please pass the mic. Thank you.
It was a zoomed in thing of the hand. So for adjusting for screen sizes on what you can see on your phone. Basically. That's the second part. And the first part is for video calls and Zoom and all of that.
Okay.
So first part is for video conferencing in Zoom and all. The second part is for like people who can, for especially sign with one hand, other hand is engaged with something, or maybe the other hand is not there.
Achha, for handicapped people.
Handicapped
Okay.
people.
This is not that quiz. Team 4.
So,
quickly, Roti, please. Thank you.
For Zoom being the first part, and
okay, I'll pass you. Passing. Siddhant, quickly.
So for the first part, the same thing about the phone and how it's zoomed in. Second part, maybe they're using one hand more because the other hand they're holding the phone itself.
Okay. Team.
So zoom and to signify some exclamation mark emojis, etc.
Okay.
The first part is zoom, etc. The second part is, regardless of whether you're a right-hander or left-hander, regardless of which is your dominant hand, it remains.
Nice guess, no? 8.
First is because of screen. Second is now predominantly consumption happens on a vertical format.
That is the second part.
For the second part.
Okay.
Same thing.
Okay. 9.
So first part, we're going to say it's because of screens. And the second part, it's very slowed down because otherwise, I mean, to help with buffering and stuff, basically.
Okay. So I'll give 5 points to Siddhant. He got the holding with one hand because your other hand is on the phone. 5 points to team 5. I heard the right answer for the second part. Unfortunately, you said it was the second part. This is basically because of reels and vertical video. Right? That's the whole, not Zoom or Zoom conference. I was specifically looking for vertical format video. Sorry, Pritush said second part. That's why I asked. 5 points to team 5. Next question goes to team 6. After the partition of India, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel had the task of persuading 565 princely states to accede to India. To prevent some of them from joining Pakistan, he invoked a provision of the British partition plan and swiftly secured the accession of Bikaner, Kutch, Jaisalmer and Jodhpur. What was the reason behind between these 4 states being selected first? Despite the provision, Junagadh was in a position to join Pakistan if it wanted to. How? Or rather, why? Why could they do it, the others not? Okay? So the reason basically these 4 states were selected was to prevent something from happening. Right? But despite that, Junagadh could still have joined Pakistan. Okay, I don't see any pounces, so I'm going to close pounce in... Okay, seeing pounce from team 5. Pounce in 3, 2, 1. Only 5 pounds.
I know, but it had Hindu...
Okay, that is team 6. Subrat and Kodi, please quickly on the mic.
Okay,
what's the first part?
It was a case of in these. So Junagadh was in position to join Pakistan if it wanted to. It was because it had a Muslim.
Okay, and the first part?
There, actually the population was actually.
I'll quickly pass you. Team 7. Naveen, quickly. Okay, I'm going to pass you.
Yeah, so for the second part, we are saying Junagadh had a piece of territory inside contiguous Pakistan.
Okay, and?
So it had an exclave.
First part?
The first part is these were all part of territories which were contiguous within India, within the current territory of India.
Okay.
They were border states with Pakistan.
Okay.
That's the first part. Second part is because it had a Muslim majority and a Muslim ruler.
Okay. Goes to 9.
The first part, all 4 were border states. And the second part is that they had a Muslim ruler.
Okay, I'll quickly pass you team 1.
I'll say the second part is Junagadh had a naval border with Pakistan.
And the first part?
First part, I'll say these were the ones that, they had a physical border with Pakistan.
Perfect, 10 points. That's exactly what you're looking for. Right? 10 points to team 1. They were border states. Basically, the provision was that they could join Pakistan if they had a land boundary, and these states would block the border. Well done. So 5 points to team 8 as well for getting that. On the bounce. Great answer on the bounce. 10 points to what? Honeymoon to Abid Abdullah or whatever. And the next question goes to team 2. Okay. This chart shows the popularity of a name in Kerala 1920 to 2007 as per an analysis. Although historically the name was not in vogue, that changed in the mid-90s and accelerated after something happened soon after. It is not known whether the same spike happened in a neighboring state. We'll show you an image. Right? This is when you can see something comes to fame in 93, and then suddenly there's this sudden spike after 97 in Kerala for a certain name. So what is the name? And why did this second spike happen? Yes. Yeah, this is just about names from Kerala. I'll add one thing. You don't need to know anything about Kerala to get to this answer. Right? Especially the name has nothing to do with Kerala. It just became a story of how it became popular. Second part, perhaps you can think of why it would become popular in Kerala. There's a very good reason. Okay, I don't see bounces. So team 2. We just keep it on the image, please. So I will just give one thing before you start. That 1993 might mislead some of us because you would expect it to be 1994 is all I'm saying. Make of that what you will. Okay, team 2.
Okay. Name is Aishwarya.
Okay.
Miss World.
Okay.
One Miss World.
In 97, no?
So we'll say Aishwarya, and 97 is her film debut.
Okay. You want to add something to that?
Tamil film debut? Iruvar.
That's it. I'll give you 10 points. As simple as that. Right? This is the name Aishwarya. In 1993, she appeared in the famous Coke ad with Amir Khan, and that's how she came into the public eye. 94, she won Miss World. And of course, in 97, Iruvar came out. And because it's a Mohanlal movie, obviously it was very popular in Kerala. Right? Great answer. 10 points to team 3 and 5 points to team 2. Next question to team 4. The United States had an operation called Chrome Dome, active from 1961 to 68, that had a very specific brief. It involved continuous operations in areas like Greenland, Alaska, the Canadian Arctic, and the Mediterranean Sea. Many European bases had at least one unit allocated only for Chrome Dome. What exactly was Chrome Dome? I will tell you one thing. Chrome Dome was not actually taking place in any of these locations. It was not that it was taking place in the Mediterranean or Arctic or wherever. These are all support stations in some sense. Okay, this is at the height of the Cold War, so think of what it could be. I see 1 pounce. I'm going to close pounce in 3, 2, 1. Taking pounce only from 6. Okay, we have seen 6 pounds. Team 4, quickly on the mic. Quickly, or I'm going to pass.
This is to protect American interests in the space race, to going to the moon and all that. So basically, they shouldn't be sabotaged by Russian missiles.
Sure. Okay. Team 5.
I think Chrome Dome is a reference to a mushroom cloud.
Quickly passing. Team 6 pounds, 7.
Nuclear shelters.
Okay. 8. Okay, 9.
Basically submarines.
Okay. 1. Okay, I'm going to pass you. 2.
Check for nuclear tests, like after.
Okay, 3.
Seed vaults, are they?
No, that was your audience. Anybody? Yeah. Sorry? That's a great answer. That's a brilliant answer. Chrome Dome is essentially that planes carrying nuclear bombs 24/7, 365. In case the US was bombed and their nuclear facilities were knocked out, they wanted a backup. So essentially planes were in the air 24/7, 365 for 7 years. Right? These were basically the fuel support stations across the world. Great answer from the audience. No. Plus 10 to 6. Great answer. Beautiful answer. 6. That was force direct. Next question goes to 5. Codename Kids Next Door is an animated series featuring child operatives. They have code numbers which are references to their real names. Number 4's real name is Wallaby Dash, as he is modeled on a British phenomenon. One of his close teammates is Abigail Lincoln. Fill in the blank. What is Abigail's code number, and why? This is entirely unhelpful, so we'll just go back. Right? Like I said, it's a reference to their real name. Right? So what is... Forget the image. You just need this to get to the answer. Their code names. For example, number 4 is a reference to something. Wallaby Dash. Similarly, this will be reference to the code name of Abigail Lincoln will be something referencing Abigail Lincoln. The visual is not needed at all. This is just the text. Okay, I don't see any pounces. I think that's 9 pouncing. You've taken it. Great. Closing pounds. 3, 2, 1. Team 5.
Okay, first part we'll say Beetle.
Okay.
And 16 because Lincoln was the 16th president.
Okay. Passes to
15 is Lincoln because Lincoln was the 15th president, and Peppa.
Okay.
Beatles and 15.
Okay. On the mic, please. Okay, I'm going to pass you if you don't.
Beatles for the first part and 2 because Lincoln had 2
Okay,
terms.
next. Oh, you bounced. Team 1. Mike, please, speak quickly. Thanks. Yeah, quickly. Preetham.
We'll say first one is Beatles.
Okay.
Second one is 1 because she was the first second lady.
Okay, 2.
We'll say Beatles and 87 because 4 score and 7.
Okay, 3.
So Beatles and 3 because
Okay,
third.
4.
Beatle and 64.
Okay, you guys said it. Lincoln is the 16th president, but that's not the second part. And why? Yeah, this is number 5 because Lincoln appears on the $5 note, right? That's the second part. First part is of course correct. It is Beetle. So we'll give 5 points to team 5, right? And on the pounds, unfortunate -5 to team 9. 6 gets the next question. Mingali Venkaya initially put forward several designs for what the Indian national flag should look like. One of his designs featured 19 different elements, a concept he based on a dispatch from Lord Hardinge and a series of articles by a compatriot who is pictured here. The compatriot would later change his tune on the subject and even rejected a constitutional amendment to this effort as a part of the JVP committee. Tides would turn the other way again thanks to something that took place for... Okay, we'll just give it a minute. Please read the question. Question is there. So 2 parts again. There's another chair if you want. Pritish, you want to sit behind? Go for it. Yeah, there is a very helpful picture I'll show you. Right? This is the helpful picture we have. As the great man said, this picture will help you in other quizzes. So, 2 parts. Coming back to this, we'll just give it some time since teammate has not read the question. What inspired the 19-element design of Pingali Venkaya's flag? The elements themselves are nothing to do with the number 19. It's just that 19 is a reference to something. That's all. Something. Okay? And what is this 1952 event that took place for 56 days? There is a very helpful image. We'll show you once again. It's open for the pounds. Okay, I am seeing pounces and I'm going to close pounds in 3, 2, 1. Pounces from 8, 5 and 1 and 2. Great. 3 also. 1, 2, 3 also. Great. Super. We'll just wait for the pounces to be seen. Okay, that's done. I think this is Team 6 question. Sorry, one second. Somebody is striving hard for a neck there. We'll just give it a minute. Okay. I think congrats. Let's move on. Team 6.
Yeah. So, 52 event is Potti Sriramulu's fast unto death for language reorganization of states.
Lovely, okay.
And the first is the 19 major languages in the provinces.
Perfect answer. That's your 10 points. Please take it. 19 major languages in India, and of course that was Patabi Sitaramaya, in case anybody was asking, and this Potti Sriramulu's hunger fast. So let's give out the 10 points to Team 6 on pounds. 1 and 2, 10 points. 3 minus 5. 5. Plus 10 to 5, great. Minus 5 to 8. Okay, there's some argument there. Quickly, Balu. Show it to me now. Just show it to me. Just show it to me once. We didn't ask for Patabi Sitaramaya. Show me the answer. Just show me the answer. Yeah, you're not mentioned languages. We specifically wanted 19 languages. Right? Sorry, that's a minus 5. And that's Team 7's question. Okay, this 20-day annual occurrence in Sweden is so popular that the state broadcaster STV offers a live telecast of it. Millions tune in to watch this cultural phenomenon every year. What does STV live stream? Part of the slow TV genre, where the focus is on the natural pace of events and the experience of nature. There are 2 possible keywords you could give in the answer. I'm just giving it. There are 2 possible keywords. Okay? Yes, very much relevant. Okay, I see pounces from 1, 3 and 9 and 8. Closing pounds in 3, 2, 1 with 7. 1, 2, 8, 9. Sorry, 1, 3, 8, 9 have bounced. Great. 9 pounces checked. This 1 and 3 are checked. Done. Great. Okay. 7.
First flower of spring.
Okay. Nice guess. No. 8, 9 pounds. 1 pounds. 2.
Reindeer.
Huh? Okay, I heard an answer. I heard an answer. Moving on. Pounced.
Reindeer migration.
Okay.
It's like a 20-day train ride through Sweden.
Okay. Not
the Midsommar festival.
Oh, not quite. This is not that quiz. I think that was your direct. I'm very sorry. Reindeer is in this thing, but that's not the correct answer. The 2 possible acceptable answers are elk or moose. Unfortunately, that's not what you have written. Elk or moose is acceptable, right? If you got an elk or moose, I would have allowed you to go forward. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's check pounces quickly. Minus 5 to 1. Well done. Extremely well done. And who else? Next here. Brilliant. Well done, question setters. This is not that animal, unfortunately. Right? Let us move on. 1, 3, 8 and 9, minus 5. Nobody else gets points. Right? And the next question to team 8. In the early 1800s, a press advert by Josiah Boydell announced he would give a prize of 500 guineas for the best painting on a subject. Arthur William Davis, released from debtors present to paint this, and someone from across the pond were the most notable entrants. For this, Davis was allowed to spend a week examining something in Portsmouth after it was brought from southwest Spain. What is the subject of the painting? Who was the other painter who entered to fulfill a promise? So 2 parts. The subject of the painting, we need a proper noun, the answer. And of course, the other part is obviously a proper noun. Okay. Something was brought from Spain. Okay, closing pounds in 3, 2, and 1. Team 2 have bounced. Nobody else has bounced. You've seen their guess? Great. Team 8.
Whistle jacket and stubs.
Sorry?
Whistle jacket and stubs.
Okay, nice guess. No?
Columbus's ship and stubs.
Columbus ship and stubs. Not quite. Team 1.
We'll say HMS Victory and Benjamin West.
Okay. Pounced.
HMS Victory and Stubbs.
Okay. Okay, quickly. Team 4.
Audubon for the second part.
Okay.
And Birds of America.
Okay. 5.
Temeraire and West.
Okay. Okay. I think this is the last of the passing.
Temeraire and Morse.
Okay. So what I will do is I will first give 5 points. Who said Benjamin West first? 5 points to you. You said HMS Victory, but sorry, I can't give points for that. It is the death of Nelson specifically, right? Unfortunately, that I can't give you points for that. HMS Victory is the thing that arrived. I'm not debating that. Specifically looking for death of Horatio Nelson, right? So 5 points to team 1, pounds. -5 to team 2. Right? Great. Moving on to team 2, you're direct. Well done. Okay. These are some of the symbols made available by a certain US government agency. Where will you find the largest collection of these? Or rather, where are these symbols seen most widely? We'll show you 4 images. What does the first one represent? In some sense, you could say it is the exact opposite of every other symbol, right? We are showing 4 symbols, but the actual list runs into like hundreds. Not hundreds, maybe more than 100. Right? These 2 specifically are particularly helpful. Go to the first one. We want what is the first thing. The thing that says A. What is that symbol? These are widely found in a very historic, important location in the US. These symbols, the largest, where you'll see a lot of these, are in a very historic, important location on the East Coast, right? Somewhere on the east of the US, not on the west. So what are these things, or where would you find them? And what is the first one, the one with the A? In some sense, that it's like the exact opposite of all the other symbols. They're the largest collection or the largest number you can find there. Obviously, these symbols are put on something. Whatever that something is, most widely found somewhere in the eastern US. Okay? Pounds closing in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we have 2 pounces. 7, 9, 4 and 5. Okay, and I think this is 2's direct. 2, go for it.
Arlington Cemetery.
What are these?
Like religious symbols for
Okay.
whoever. That's the atheist for the first.
Perfect, 10 points, as simple as that. Right? There's apparently something called the National Cemetery Agency of the US government. They put out these symbols. Right? And these are all found on Arlington on tombstones. Right? And of course, A is for atheists and everything else. And they have like a huge collection. It's like more than 100 of these symbols are found. Great answer. 10 points to 2 and on the pounds. Plus 10 to 4. Plus 10 to 5. Great. -5 to 7. Plus 10 to 9. Great. So let's move on. Next question goes to team 3. This Roman Catholic chapel in Bethlehem has been, for centuries, a pilgrimage spot for married couples. They seek a miracle and deposit their faith in these extraordinarily colored rocks. The spot's importance in history can be found in Pope Pius XII's Exsul Familia, which presents emigration as a natural right. What is the significance of this grotto in the history of Christianity? How are these rocks supposed to have got their color? Right, this is the location. It's a very extremely significant location in the history of Christianity. The fact that it is a grotto is also helpful. It's a cave essentially, so that's helpful. And how are these rocks supposed to got their color? It's obviously a very mythological sort of thing. It's not a real color source. It's a matter of belief, basically. Second part. Very much so. Very much so linked. And in fact, whatever this supposedly gets its colors from is not a very colorful thing. I mean, it's like, I don't think it's possible that it can be a colorful thing, but I could be wrong. See, 1 pounds from 2. I don't think. Huh? Supposed to have. Right? I saw 1 pounds from 2. Nobody else is bouncing. Closing in 3, 2, 1. And yeah. This is, whose question was the last one? Oh, sorry. Yeah. 3.
So we'll say the rocks got their color from Christ's blood.
Okay.
And significance.
I said whatever they got it is not very colorful, but yeah, sure.
Probably is he's probably resurrected there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll say this is the birthplace of Christ.
Okay, and the second part?
The halo.
Okay. Second one. Sorry, team 5.
Okay. Second part, the rocks were bleached during the Great Flood.
Okay.
And Christ's birthplace.
Okay, I had clarified that these two parts are directly linked.
Okay.
6.
Christ's birthplace and tears of Jesus and Mary when the birth was happening.
Great guess, but not right.
This is where the Holy Family hid during Herod's census during escaping from Bethlehem.
Okay.
Second part is Christ turning water into wine as a kid.
Okay. As a kid. The adventures of young Christ, as it were. Team 8.
Birthplace of Christ and mother's milk from Mary's first lactation.
Team 9.
The site of the first night.
On the mic, please. On the mic. Thank you.
After they fled, after the flight from Egypt.
Okay. Flight from Egypt. Okay.
So that's why immigration and all.
Okay.
So Mary spent the night here.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened, sadly.
And then
This is a live telecast, I'm just saying. Go on.
Blood of Christ.
Okay, great. Team 1? Christ himself is here.
Yeah, basically, they were hiding during Herod's census, and basically because he was
You would
find
know.
where Jesus is.
Yeah, go on.
And second part, the massacre of the innocents happened, and the baby's blood basically spilled down, and that's how.
Alas, Mr. Christ, not quite. 2 pounds. That was 3 is direct. I got the answer from 2 teams. Right, so we'll just go to the answer and we can give part points. First part is, of course, where they hid. So 5 points to team 7. And while everybody else was making fun of poor Shashwat, he got the second part, which is from the breast milk of Mary. So 5 points to 7 and 5 points to 8. Nobody else. Well done. -5 to team 2. And the next question to team 9. These 2 cities in England are located close by in the north and have only one major football club each, which leads to passionate support. The reason for one of the most heated rivalries in English football lies in politics from a few hundred years ago, where one town took one side and the other town took the other. Which 2 club? What is the political issue? I'll just give you 1 minute. Yeah, okay. So for the second part, I don't want two sides specifically. I don't want you to name them. Just tell me what was the political thing that happened a few hundred years ago. I don't want like who are the two sides and all that. It should be self-evident. So Pounds is closing. Yes, one famous club. Obviously, there will be some semi-professional club or something. But like, notably, there are only two famous clubs. It's a very famous rivalry. Yes, and it's a very famous rivalry. Yes. Yeah. Something that happened a few hundred years ago from now. Okay, I don't see any pouncers. Okay, I'm closing Pounds in 3, 2, 1. 9 is yours. On the mic, please.
The
No, you got 5 points, right? Who got 5 points? They got -5. Take that, take the 5 points. Okay, let's go. 9.
The clubs in question are Newcastle and Sunderland. And
Newcastle and Sunderland and?
Royalists versus parliamentary support.
Which is the perfect answer. Please take 10 points. As simple as that. Yes, I would have taken just English Civil War. I didn't want Royalists versus parliamentarians, but perfect. 10 points to Team 9. Great answer there. No pounds. So many sports gods here and alas, no pounces. But let's move on. Team 1. Team 1. It is the first object of its type to be produced in any reasonable quantity. Around 50 of these were built by X in the 1640s. He built these perhaps because he was pressured by his father, a French government servant, who often found his work onerous and needed help with it. What are these objects and who invented them? There are no part points. I want to know. It's a description. What is this thing and who invented it? What was the father's job? Whatever the father was doing, this line of work would bring a very famous fellow countryman to his death around 150 years later. Okay? 6 points for the first. Huh? I'll show you an image. Sorry, there is an image. This is the thing. This is the object. Around 50 of these, yeah. Yes. Okay, I see bounces from 4 and 8. And I'm closing pounds in 3, 2, 1. 4 and 8 of pounds. This is one's direct. Okay. Pounds is closed, sorry. Right. 4 and 8 have checked. Team 1. Christ and Mary, come on, let's go.
Napier's one, sir. See, these are Napier and some like calculators that he developed.
Okay.
And father, sir?
Quickly.
Yeah, to essentially plot the calendar.
Okay, let's go on. Yes, quickly, Sachin.
His father's job was to calculate area for revenue, tax, and other things, tax collection and all.
Oh, he's a tax collector. Okay, fine.
Napier and whatever they said.
Okay, sure. 3.
Maybe father's job was operating the guillotine and
guillotine. Okay.
Carnot and Carnot's
the dream
engine,
job.
Carnot's engine, Carnot.
Okay. No. You bounced 5.
First part, Pascal and calculator, some kind of calculating device. Father's job.
Quickly.
Executioner.
Okay.
Pascal and calculator and tax collector.
That is the full 10 points. Cody has done what we call a Varun Rajiv. Well done. 10 points to team 6. 5 points to team 2. 5 points to team. Oh, sorry. 6 points to team 5. 4 points to team 2. Thank you. Great answer by 4. 10 points. 10 points to 8 as well. Well done. Super answer. Huh? Okay, sorry. I'll give you the points once more. 4 points to team 2. 6 points to team 5. 10 points to team 4. And 10 points to team 8. And team 6, sorry. Right. This map shows the extent of the Nubian sandstone dash system in Africa. It is a source of what has been described as the world's largest project of a kind. that covers a distance of over 2,500 kilometers. The contents of this system is described by a two-word term, 6,5, referring to its ancient origins. What is this? What is the project which has been described as the largest of a kind? What is the two-word term? Right? So I will give you one thing. This project is it's in Libya. Right? It's in Libya. It's not in Egypt. But the system you see, the Nubian system, is spread across these countries. And this map should help you for the second part also. Right? The way it's been colored. Yeah, we'll go to the question. Right? What is this project? It has a specific name. But if we can describe it suitably enough, I'll give you points. First part. Second one, it's a clear two-word term. I'll show you the image. So the project is in Libya. The 2,500 kilometers of it is in Libya, fully in Libya. And this coloring is helpful as to what kind of thing it could be. As in what the two-word term. Huh? Both parts. Okay. I don't see anybody pouncing. So I will close pounce in 3, 2, 1. And question goes to team 7.
So this is the first part is it's an aquifer. It's an underwater aquifer for underwater.
Okay, underwater what?
So it's a reservoir underwater from storage of water.
Okay.
And two-word term is referring to its ancient origins.
So the contents are given a two-word term. Whatever is you said it's an aquifer, so.
Groundwater.
Okay. Teammate.
Yeah, so the first part is it's an irrigation system. Second part...
Do you have a name for that first thing? What is the project called? It has a specific name. I'm asking, do you know? Okay. No, clearly, forget it. Second part.
Yeah, so... Okay, so because it's a canal system, the second part is a bronze canal.
Oh, like that. No, not quite.
Yeah, it's a irrigation system basically, and we're going to say Faro Canal for the second.
Okay, team 1. Pritham has been waiting to give the first part. Please give.
Great man-made river.
Great man-made river, okay.
Second part, we'll say Cyrene Canal.
Okay. Here I said the contents of the system.
Okay, some man-made river, whatever.
Whatever Pritham says. We all love him and we agree with him. Okay.
Fayum Canal.
Okay, no. Team 3.
We'll say the Great Man-Made River and ancient origins of Tethys Ocean.
Oh, I wish this was that good, but no. 4.
The Great Man-Made River.
Of course.
Source water.
Okay.
Great Man-Made River and fossil water.
That is the full 10 points. Great answer. Well done, Siddhant. 10 points to you. Right? So I'm going to be exceedingly generous and give 2 points to teammate. 7. Great Man-Made River gets you 5 points, Pritham. And the full 10 points to Siddhant. Great answer. So 2 to 7, 5 to 1, and 10 to 5. Okay, 6, you get the next question. It all began with the architecture of Warner Bros. Studios. Its narrow corridors meant that collisions between impatient staffers were often imminent, especially when their view was obscured by tall stacks of paper. This man, Paul Julian, devised a method to announce his presence as he navigated this traffic. What is this the origin story of? Very helpful image. Right? In case you did not know, this is Paul Julian. Let's go back. Right. So he would do something to announce that, don't. Okay, fine. We'll show you the image. If you look carefully, it might help you. Okay, I see 5 bouncing. So he would basically do something to ensure that he didn't, when you're walking around the tall stacks of paper, you didn't run into somebody. In some sense, you would announce your presence. Okay, I see only 1 bounce, so I'm going to stop in 3, 2, 1, 5. Okay. Let us now go to team 6.
So he would shout 4 and...
Okay, let's move on. Team 7.
Roadrunner beep beep sound.
That is the correct answer. Well done. Great answer. 10 points. 10 points to team 7. Great answer. This is the meep meep sound of the Roadrunner. He would say meep meep basically so that people would know he's coming. And congrats. Okay. You got it. Oh, great answer on the pounds as well. 10 points to team 5. 10 points to team 7. We will quickly check the scores and then we will go to the next round. Yeah, we'll just quickly move on. Let's go to the scores. Ready? Give that man a -5. Yeah, without help you are getting. Yes, without any external help. Quickly see the scores. Right. Okay. Calvin and Preetham on 65. To Devo and Sachin on 69, despite their best efforts. Team 3, Shankar and Sanath on 45. Team 4, JK and Rohit on 50. Team 5, Siddhant and Gogol on 111. Fantastic score. Ashwath and Subrat on 50 points. 55 is it? Okay, we'll check. Naveen and Tups on 47. Team 8, Ashashwath and Pritish on 55. Jaidev and Sriraj on 50. I think it's fair to say one team is doing quite well. So yeah, we have a written round. We will just quickly skip that. We'll go to the passing round. If we have time, we'll finish it at the end. Right? We are running way behind schedule. So don't run the questions, just disconnect and go to the anti-clock round. If we have time, we'll do it at the end. Right? And to host the second half of the... Please welcome Venki. He'll be hosting the second half of the quiz.
Thank you, Rishi. We will try to go at a more sane pace in this anti-clockwise round. Same rules as before. Jaidev and Sriraj, question coming to you. This 1860 painting is titled Young Blank Exercising. There are, however, no classical motifs or Greek historical references other than the presence of Mount Taygetus in the background. The figures of the boys that you see are inspired by young men in Montmartre, Paris. Fill in the blank. Who's the painter better known for depicting a group of professionals from the other sex? This is the painting. It's called Young Blank Exercising. However, there is no particular historical motif or a Greek reference other than the presence of what is believed to be Mount Taygetus in the background. The figures of the boys are inspired by young men in Montmartre, Paris. We'll show you the painting again. There is a pounce from team 6, there's a pounce from team 7. And 1, no. 6 and 7 are pouncing. We're closing pounce in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both pounces have been checked. Jaidev and Sridhar, please make a guess. Into the mic, please. Into the mic.
Painter will say Degas.
Okay.
Young Alexander.
A young Alexander passes. Prithvish.
Young Olympians exercising and Degas.
Young Olympians exercising and Degas. Team 5 who are currently in the lead. Yes, it's yours. Answer, please.
Okay, we'll say...
Shh, guys.
Engrais for the second part.
Engrais.
And Argonauts for first part.
Argonauts. Rohit.
Gymnasts and Degas.
Gymnasts and Degas.
We'll say Spartan and Degas.
Is the right answer. Young Spartans exercising is what the painting is called. And Edgar Degas, of course, more known for painting ballerinas and so on. Plus 10 on table 3. Plus 5 on table 9. -5 to team 6, +10 to team 7. Good going there. 4 teams scoring. Some on the negative. Question direct to team 2, Peter Panchali. X refers to the time the Earth or other planetary body takes to orbit the Sun with respect to the fixed stars. Across the ages, various scholars ranging from Hipparchus to Aryabhatta have attempted to estimate the difference between X and the solar year. And today, X is normally considered to be 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes, 45.1 seconds long. The ancient Egyptians knew this difference and used the rising of a particular celestial body to define the new year. What is X? What is this term? And what did the ancient Egyptians use as a marker? We're looking for a particular celestial body. 1 word for that part and 2 words for the first part. Question is with team 2. Pounce is going to close. We have a pounce from team 6. Closing in 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Okay. Peter Panchali.
The sidereal year.
Sidereal year.
And Sirius.
10 points. Absolutely right. Good answer there. Sidereal year is what it's called. And this is Sirius. Right? So they used to look at the heliacal rising of Sirius just before dawn and use that to define their new year. And this is the sidereal year. Other calendars, including the Vikram Samvat and so on, are roughly based on this. On the pounce, +10 to team 6. Well done. Team 6 and team 2 scoring. Team 1, question to you, Preetham and Calvin. NOTAM or Notice to AMN is a standard warning issued during events like missile tests. Over the last few months, India has increased its frequency of NOTAM warnings in the Bay of Bengal. These warnings were generally cancelled at the last minute, regardless of whether a test was conducted. Why have there been an increased number of these NOTAM warnings by India? And they would issue this warning and cancel the warning at the very last minute. Irrespective of whether a test was conducted or not, India would issue this NOTAM warning and then cancel it at the very last minute. No one's pouncing, so go ahead, team 1, whenever you're ready. Yes, there is something specific in the answer, yes. Question is with team 1. Last call for pounce. No one's going? Team 1. Calvin and Preetham, please guess. Guys.
Yeah. We'll say that this is basically to dissuade any photos being taken of the upcoming Nicobar project.
The Nicobar project. Okay, nice guess. Nothing to do with photography of the upcoming Great Nicobar project.
This is to test India's preparedness because of late there's been a lot of comments made in Bangladesh about taking over 7 systems.
Okay, comments in Bangladesh and India's preparedness.
So it's a bit of a decoy. So actual things were being happening in the western coast. So to confuse and create more like spam-like thing and confuse take the attention away from the real activities, they would create this.
And who are they confusing?
Like Pakistan.
Passing?
So the Chinese have bases there, so they are confusing the Chinese with these tests.
That's fine. We'll give it to you. That's fine. That's the right answer. They essentially want to confuse the Chinese research vessels there and bait them into staying in the water and trying to position themselves to study the missile tests. We'll give 5 points to Team 8 for establishing the concept and the full 10 points stolen by Team 7 to confuse the Chinese research vessels. Question to Team 6. The concept of active suspension in Formula 1 allows the suspension to be programmed so that the car responds to changes in terrain, such as moving through a high-speed corner. The basis for this innovation already existed in technology developed for a specific kind of vehicle with equally high stakes. It must remain stable, allowing for frantic movements without disturbing precision instruments. What inspired stabilization tech? Who, famously seen around the F1 paddock in a wheelchair, came up with the concept of active suspension? So it was already existing in technology developed for a specific kind of vehicle. In that case as well, the stakes are very high and there are frantic movements, but there are several precision instruments which should not be disturbed. So this active suspension technology was developed for it. And the person who came up with the concept for F1 was famously seen in F1 paddocks in a wheelchair. Just a surname will suffice. If we can give a full name, great. No one's going for it. Nobody pouncing. Okay, team 6.
So we'll say basically rocket launches. So that's the
rocket launchers. Okay.
And Bruce McLaren.
Bruce McLaren passes. Not rocket launchers. Bruce McLaren. Pass the mic, please, to team 5.
We'll say ambulances and McLaren.
Ambulances and McLaren passes to team 4.
Ambulances and Newey.
Passes to team 3.
We'll say Mars rovers and McLaren.
And McLaren passes to team 2. Answer, please.
Okay, rovers and Stephen Hawking.
Rovers and Stephen Hawking. Okay, in F1 paddocks. All right.
Say fighter jets and McLaren.
Fighter jets and McLaren.
I'm going to say ambulances and Sir Frank Williams.
Is the perfect answer, Sridhar. Absolutely right. Ambulances and Frank Williams. Frank Williams was involved in an accident and became tetraplegic and had to be on a wheelchair. The owner and the founder of the Williams team. And these are ambulances which have precision instruments in them. Ambulances was first said by team 5. They get 5 points. And the full 10 points to team 9. Nobody pounced. Question is with team 8, Prithvish and Shashwat. Connect. A condition by the Safavid Shah for providing support to Babur to conquer Samarkand. Babur agreed, although nominally. A secret condition in the Treaty of Dover between Charles II and Louis XIV, where Charles sought funds from the French monarch. The secret clause ultimately was never triggered. What connects these two conditions? So pounds from team 1. We have a pounce already from team 1. Waiting 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. No more pounces. Question is with team number 8. Yes, Prithvish and Shashwat. What is your guess?
We'll say retain the original name of the places being occupied.
Retain the original name of places they occupied. Okay. Naveen and Anustup.
They would have to, in their name, acknowledge the suzerainty of the
donor in some sense. Got it. Good try. Not acknowledge the suzerainty in their name.
Give up the right for some land.
Give up the right for some land. Not that. Pass the mic. Rohit, can you please pass the mic to team 5?
They had to agree basically that they would, for instance, in Babur's case, they had to stick with either Shia or Sunni after religion thing. So after capturing, they have to stick to the religion that's there and not enforce conversion. Similarly, Catholicism and Protestantism in the second case. Yeah.
Can you tell me can you just give me a clearer answer? I'll have to pass you. They said something, whatever. You tell me an answer.
English crown sort of always had the claim to the French throne as well.
Okay.
They said that they were the kings of England and France together.
Okay.
They sort of gave up that thing in return for monetary help. Similarly, the Safavid Shah basically wanted Babur to give up the claim on whatever.
Give up the claim. No, not that.
So we'll say during the prayer or mass or whatever equivalent, after God, they had to acknowledge.
They had to acknowledge the other person. No.
They basically had to convert into like a Sunni or a Shia from Protestant to Anglican or something.
That is correct. This is interfaith conversion. That was the rule. You guys came close, but not what we wanted. These are factional conversions within the faith. Babur was a Sunni and he was asked to become a Shia, which he nominally did. And Charles had to agree to convert to Catholicism along with all of England, who were obviously Protestant at the Church of England. Excellent answer. Peter Panchali plus 10 on table 2. Plus 10 on table 1 to Preetham and Calvin, who pounced in a jiffy. And it's your own direct, Preetham and Calvin. Bruce Schneier is a security expert who has criticized the manner in which US agencies have prepared against cyber terror attacks. They tend to be narrowly focused, securing themselves against very specific points of attack, which would require terrorists to act in an overly dramatic way that's unlikely to happen in real life. What specific term did he coin to describe this? And I will tell you that it's a 5,4 term, right? It's a specific term. He called it -- security. So what is the specific term he coined? He's been critical of big tech and the autocratic manner in which they handle user data. To highlight this, he prominently features a laptop sticker with 4 words on it in his YouTube videos. What 4 words are these? They famously came along with a track named Talking Hitler's Head of Blues that's seen on his laptop sticker. 5,4 for the first part. He said they're preparing very poorly, they're narrowly focused, they secure themselves against very specific points of attack, and that would require terrorists to act in an overly dramatic way, which is unlikely to happen in real life. 5,4. And the second part is a famous 4-word phrase that came along with the track name Talking Hitler's Head of Blues. Okay, no one's bouncing. Go ahead, guys.
First part will say dead zone.
Dead zone, okay.
Second part, this machine kills fast.
This machine kills fascists. Dead zone and this machine kills fascists. Sridhar? Jaydev?
The second part is this machine kills fascists. And the
first part?
Okay. Twin Tower.
Twin Tower, okay. Twin Tower. Pritish and Shashwat? Quickly, please.
Opera Star or
Opera Star, okay.
And this machine kills fascists.
Passing?
Second part, I'll say read the fucking manual.
Okay.
And for the first part, pass.
I will not, and I will pass you.
Death Star and this machine kills
Death Star and this machine kills fascists.
Second part, this machine kills fascists, and first part is basically inspired from like movie plots. So movie plot.
Perfect answer. Movie plot security. Brilliant answer there. Very well worked out. This is all inspired from movie plots. So he says the US cybersecurity is all trying to imitate what will happen in movies. It's not going to happen in real life. It's called movie plot security. And this is, of course, Woody Guthrie's famous sticker, This Machine Kills Fascists. 5 points on table 1 and the full 10 points. Excellent answer on table 5. Question 2, Rohit and Jaykantan on table 4. Myrtle Avenue looks like a typical suburban street with family cars parked on driveways. At the end of the road, there's a patch of grass where dozens of middle-aged men who share a pastime can be found armed with binoculars, tea flasks, high-frequency radios, and expensive cameras. This activity began in the early 20th century as a hobby, encouraged by the government as a means of ensuring public safety. A corps was established in 1925 but became defunct after a couple of decades. This and advances in technology meant that the activity lost its relevance. Why do these men congregate at this spot, which is a short walk from the Hatton Cross underground station? Essentially tell us what they are doing and why they congregate there. There are no part points here. We need one comprehensive answer. What is this activity that they are indulged in? And why are they at that particular spot on Myrtle Avenue? And if you know anything of what that is, it's near the Hatton Cross underground station. Right, no one's bouncing, so go ahead, please. Team 1. Oh, sorry, Team 4. Go ahead. What are they doing? It's an activity that's lost its relevance somewhat, but the government actually encouraged it at one point of time for reasons including public safety. Yes, Team 4?
Basically, they're looking out for people who might commit gunpowder plot things.
Gunpowder plot type things, okay. And why are they doing it at that location?
It's near the House of Parliament.
It's near the House of Parliament, okay. Nice guess.
I'll say this is Near the coast. So
Near the
basically
coast?
They were watching for ships.
They're watching for ships. Peter Panchali?
So this is near the airport, near Heathrow.
Okay.
So basically they're watching out for, like to prevent aircraft accident, like bird strikes and so on.
What is the activity that they used to
They're
do?
spotting planes.
That's all it is. 10 points to you. Well done. They are just plane spotting. They are plane spotters, and Myrtle Avenue is right behind Heathrow, and which is why they do this. At that time, the British government was concerned about the Luftwaffe and stuff like that, so they wanted people to actually spot planes and announce in advance. Brilliant answer. Plus 10, Peter Panchali. Question direct to Preetham and Calvin. Guys, your question. Muriel Wright was born into a wealthy English family in 1909 and had a lucrative sideline as a model. In August 1935, she met a gentleman in the Austrian town of Kitzbühel while on vacation. They dated for many years on and off, though they were not exclusive. They dated for many years on and off. Subsequently, till she was unfortunately killed during an air raid in the Blitz in 1944 in London. Just as an additional point, when she was killed, it was this gentleman whom she was dating who was invited, or who was asked to come and identify her body. Right? And he was struck with grief after that. What did this person do to preserve her memory? The image on the next slide is not of Muriel Wright. It is of some other lady, but it's a kind of clue for you to work it out. Whatever he did to preserve her memory, how is it particularly unique in the larger output of this person? Okay, this is a clue. This is a clue. If I'm not saying who this is, but this is a clue. So this gentleman who dated her on and off for many years was finally asked to come and identify her body when she was killed in a really unfortunate manner. The story goes that the building she was in was bombed during the Blitz. The building itself survived, but a stray piece of concrete came and hit her head and she fell down and died. And he was asked to identify her and he felt very sad and grieved over it and so on. So what did he do to preserve a memory? And in the larger output of the person, why is whatever he did particularly unique? There's a pounce from table 3. This is helpful for you to figure out how he preserved her memory, etc., etc. Actually, for both parts. If you get both parts are very tightly linked. If you get one part, you will almost surely get the other as well. The image is for you to work out. Like I said, the image, if that triggers something in you, the image is a good clue. If you know who that lady is, it's a very good clue to getting to the answer. Both parts, because if you get one part, you're almost surely likely to get the other part. If you get how he preserved or what he did to preserve a memory, you'll surely know that it's a unique occurrence. Okay, there's one pounce from table 3. You've checked, pounce is closed. Team 1. Write up your rally type question. Come on. Firstly, you could begin by telling us who that is.
Let's say this is Kafka.
Kafka.
And
Okay.
he immortalized, he essentially the next book he wrote, the character, protagonist was named after her.
Named after her?
Only explicitly named person, like protagonist in his...
In Kafka's works. Okay. We're looking for an answer like that, but not that at all. Okay. It was Freud, okay? Oh God, okay? Who only named woman in his works on sexuality? Sigmund Freud, okay. Pratish? Quickly, please, it's on the pass. Have to pass you.
We'll say this is the only sculptural work by Klimt.
Only sculptural work by Klimt. Nice try.
This is she was a model for Lucian Freud.
I see. Okay, and
this is the only named painting by
only named painting by Lucian Freud. Nope.
Ritz and all the hotels he's named are after men. This is the only hotel.
Only hotel in the Ritz group named after a woman. Okay.
So this is Modigliani, who
Okay.
always painted women with eyes closed.
Mhm.
This was the only one whose eyes were open.
Eyes were open. Very nice. Very in depth. Okay.
This is Klimt, and he painted a painting for her. And this is basically the only. This was not a portrait, as in she didn't sit for it.
She didn't sit for it. Okay. Team 2. You pounced, right? Yeah. Team 2 quickly.
We'll say Klimt took a photograph, his only known photograph.
That's kind of what they said. Yes, audience. Okay, and okay, you got to the context. This is Ian Fleming. What did Team 3 answer? It's a good try, but it's wrong. Team 3 will get a -5. This is Ian Fleming, and this is the actress Diana Rigg who played the character of Teresa Di Vincenzo in On Her Majesty's Secret Service. The only woman Bond marries in the canon, because Fleming was really fond of Muriel Wright and thought that he would end up marrying her someday, and created Teresa Bond as the only woman that Bond marries. Okay, this went off unanswered with 1 negative. Question to Team 9. They appear in the same line in the lyrics of Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire. Yet another We Didn't Start the Fire question. A was called the forgotten leader because it was very difficult to fill the shoes of the man he replaced. His downfall was rapid. He was ultimately exiled to Kazakhstan to run a power station there. B was a child prodigy who once incidentally beat Capablanca in an exhibition chess match. Some of his early works were dismissed by critics as savage and grotesque. His funeral could not be held for 2 days because of the chaos surrounding the death of a man whom A replaced. Name both. Yeah, you need 2 parts. The death of the man whom A replaced caused a delay in the funeral of B. Okay, Subrat has his hands up. It's 1 pounds from Team 6. Closing pounds in 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Pounds is closed. Jaydev and Sridhar, take it away.
I'm going to say Yuri Andropov and Khrushchev.
Yuri Andropov and Khrushchev, passing you to Prithvish and Shashwat. Quickly, guys.
Rivera for the second part.
Who for the second part?
Diego Rivera.
Diego Rivera. And? They said Andropov. Andropov. Okay.
Khrushchev and Stravinsky.
Khrushchev and Stravinsky, you pounced. Siddhant and Gokul.
We'll say Duchamp for the second part.
Duchamp and? Quickly, guys.
Shoe and line.
Okay. Nope.
Andropov and Shostakovich.
Andropov and Shostakovich, nice try.
Andropov and Duchamp.
And Duchamp, nope. You have 1 part, presumably.
Andropov and Stravinsky.
And Stravinsky, nope. Good, you didn't pounce. Yes. Answer, please. Guys.
Yeah, Dzerzhinsky and Prokofiev.
Okay, Prokofiev is correct because Prokofiev died on the same day as Stalin. So that's B. And Stalin was replaced for a short period before Khrushchev by Malenkov. That's correct. That's A. That's Malenkov, who replaced Stalin for a couple of years from 53 to 55. And Prokofiev, who died on the same day as Stalin. 5 points to Team 1, -5 to Team 6. Question back to Team 9. Marcel Uderzo, brother of Albert, was a talented artist himself and completed several original works. He also worked extensively on the Asterix comics, where he was a particular help to his brother in one specific aspect. How did he help his brother? While working on Asterix in Belgium, he produced this panel that you will see, which was a parody of something from 1567. What was being parodied? For what was being parodied, we need a precise answer. We need a person and an output. And back to the text. Pounds once again from Team 6, who have decided to die by the sword. Yeah, image once again. We've seen, you guys are pouncing? Okay. There's only a pounce from Team 6. Bravery or bravado, we shall see. Okay, Team 9, take it away.
Okay, so first one, I'm going to say he was the inspiration for Obelix.
He is the inspiration for Obelix.
And parodied as the painting The Wedding Feast.
The Wedding Feast, okay. Passing. Brugwell's Wedding Banquet, okay. Brugwell's Wedding Banquet. And first part, how did he help out? In the puns, okay. Yes, Naveen.
Bruegel and Peasant's Wedding. Bruegel's Peasant's Wedding.
Okay.
And the first part would be Obelix.
Obelix, okay. You pounced.
Bruegel's peasant wedding, and he helped coloring and sketching.
Why did he have to help coloring?
I mean, we don't know, but he helped with coloring.
But why did he help with coloring?
Maybe he's colorblind.
Is the right answer. That's the correct answer. Albert Uderzo was actually colorblind. He was red-green colorblind. So all the coloring and the inking was done by Marcel Uderzo. And this is, of course, Peter Brueghel's The Peasant Wedding that you see there. 5 points to table 7. Team 5 on a roll plus 10. And team 6 plus 10. Great answering. So teams 5 and 6 plus 10. Team 7 plus 5. Question to team 4. This company derives its name from a whaling vessel used during the California gold rush in the 1800s. Recently, its most well-known offering had to remove a particular stop after people repeatedly spoofed their locations to visit it. There's also been speculation within the community about whether an individual had been using this stop before 2019. What is the company's famous offering? We're going to show you the company's logo. You don't have to identify the company. Just tell us what is its most famous offering and which stop did they have to remove. This is the company. This is the company. You don't have to name it. Just tell us, go back to the text. Just tell us what is the company's famous offering and which stop did they have to remove. Within the community that is part of that offering, that uses that offering. There's a pounce from team 5. Abid, please check pounces. There's a pounce from team 2. There's a pounce from team 5. Okay, pounces from 2, 5 and 8. Pounce is closed. Team 4. You also pounced. Okay, one also pounced. Okay, team 4.
First part is Pokemon Go.
Okay. Second part, which stop did they remove?
The Ecuadorian Embassy and Julian Assange.
Ecuadorian Embassy, Julian Assange. Nice try. Team 3.
And the Mar-a-Lago stop and Pokemon Go.
Mar-a-Lago stop and Pokemon Go. Team 2 pounds, team 1 pounds, team 9.
Pokemon Go and Little St. James, because that's the Epstein Island.
Perfect answer, plus 10 to you. Pokemon Go and Little St. James or the Epstein Island. That's correct. And this is Niantic Labs, the company. So plus 5 to team 4, plus 10 to team 9. On the pounds, plus 10 to team 1, plus 10 to team 2, plus 10 to team 5, and plus 10 to team 8. Got that? 1, 2, 5, 8 and 9 get plus 10 and team 4 gets plus 5. Question to team 7. No, team 8, sorry. Question to team 8. One is in the northwestern part of the country and was originally built in 1699 before it was expanded in the decades to come by Maharaja Jai Singh. The lesser known one is in the northeast and was built by the British firm Martin and Burns in 1921 at the behest of Maharaja Bir Bikram. What are these two prominent examples of in India? There are probably only 3 or 4 like this in India. These are two prominent examples. For the second part, name both, no part points. Both have synonymous names. What do you mean by? No, they do not have the exact same name. They have synonymous names. Need 3 answers here. One is what are these prominent examples of? And name both. They have synonymous names. They do not have the same name. They have synonymous names. Prithvish and Shashwat, please answer. We have 1 pounce from team 2. Team 1 and 2 have pounced. 1 and 2 have pounced. Okay. Team 8. What are these examples of?
So lake palaces or palaces with water bodies around
Okay.
it. Jal Mahal.
And? Both the names are synonymous, I said.
Jal Prasad, because it's in Tripura. Jal Prasad.
Jal Prasad. Okay. Naveen?
Lake palaces.
Okay.
So basically, palace is considered in the middle of a lake.
Yes. Okay. If you say so.
Okay.
And?
Talab Mahal.
Talab Mahal. Great knowledge of Hindi. Well done.
Jal Mahal and Water Palace and Lake Palaces.
Jal Mahal and Water Palace. Okay. And Lake Palaces. Okay.
Lake palaces, Jal Mahal, Neer Mahal.
Excellent. Plus 10. Jal Mahal, Neer Mahal and Water Palaces is the absolute right answer. Jal Mahal in Jaipur, Neer Mahal in Melghar, Tripura. There's also, of course, Pichola in Udaipur. Plus 10, team 5. Plus, you gave 5 plus 2. 7 points to team 8. And 1 and 2? Okay, 1 and 2? Okay. 1 and 2 both right? 1 and 2 plus 10. 1, 2 and 5 plus 10 and 8 got plus 7. Okay. Okay guys. Alright. You got your points? Great. Question to team 4. As World War I drew to a close, James R. Cameron of the Red Cross Institute for Crippled and Disabled Men decided to shed some light upon a future for abridged soldiers. A then up-and-coming profession was judged particularly suitable as the darkness and solitude in which its tasks were performed would be a refuge from stigma and judgment. A syllabus was quickly prepared, classes taken, and so it came to be that many of the very first people to occupy these tiny booths were disabled war veterans. What profession was this? Yeah. So this says the course of study in the blank class in the Red Cross Institute is designed to be as thorough as possible. You get training in elementary electricity, the application of electricity to an arc lamp, the construction, care and use of electrical appliances, optics and theory of light. So what profession was this? It was an up-and-coming profession at that time, and there was darkness and solitude in which the tasks were performed in this profession, so they were considered particularly suitable. Yeah. Show the visual, please. These are all the things that these war veterans were taught. And so the first set of people who in this profession were actually disabled war veterans. Okay. Bounces from 2, 3 and now 5 and 7 and 6 as well. 2, 3, 5, 6 and 7 have bounced. And 1, okay. Oh, 9, sorry. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Balu, please check 9 as well. 1, 4 and 8 have not bounced. Question is with team 4. Team 4, go ahead.
Movie theatre projectionists.
Perfect answer, plus 10. Cinema projectionists is all we wanted. Movie theatre projectionists who would sit in a booth and have to run the reels and so on. So these were cinema projectionists. Excellent, plus 10, team 4. And on the pounds, let's start from here. 1 10 pounds. Plus 10 to 2. Minus 5 to 2, sorry. And minus 5 to 3. Plus 10 to 5, excellent. Plus 10 to 6. Minus 5 to 7. Minus 5 to 9. So bunch of negatives, but 2 teams getting it right. And an excellent answer on the bounce by Jaykantan on table 4. We won't do the last round. Let me check it. I think. Let's see. I think we have time. Okay. All right. Last question of the bounce coming up, and this goes to team number 3. The Japanese word ataranai has 2 meanings, one of which is protection from being stuck, while the other typically refers to a negative outcome. An organization in the Kochi prefecture began stamping the word on certain objects due to the quote-unquote impressive performance of local sports icon Haru Urara. Her fans would buy these items and keep them as lucky charms against traffic collisions. What were these items? What about Haru Urara's performance ensured their validity as lucky charms? This is an example. On the next slide. That's an example of the kind of things that these people would buy and keep as a lucky charm. Right? So please note that the word impressive is in quotes. So this word Ataranai would be stamped by an organization in Kochi Prefecture on certain objects. And fans would buy these items and keep them as lucky charms. So what are these items? And why would people buy them? Or how would they ensure that they were collision free? Those are the items, yes. All right. Nobody's pouncing, so team 3, please take it away. Give us a guess.
We'll say these items are train tickets.
Okay.
And Haru Urara was the only person who survived the train derailment after the Tokyo earthquake.
Train derailment. Okay, excellent. Nice try. Yes, answer please, team 2. Quickly.
We'll say these are traffic parking tickets.
Okay.
And we'll say she was a hurdler, never hit the hurdles.
Never hit the hurdles. Okay, nice. Nice. Good guess.
We'll say these are betting slips.
Okay.
And Harurara never won, so they'd never have to encash it at any point.
Who or what is Harurara?
Must be some sportsman, some sportswoman.
Okay, fine. We'll give it to you. I mean, you didn't get the one core essential part of the whole answer, which we'll see now. These are betting slips. Yes, that's correct. Haru Urara was a racehorse, not a person. But the point is that never won a race in her career, right? So they were sure that, they would, it's a kind of thing that there would be no collision that is possible because Haru Urara never won a race in her career. So that's good enough. You gave all the conceptually stuff right. 10 points to team 1, and nobody else gets points. That's the end of the second bounce round of the 2026 KQA Nexus Open. Let's take a look at the scores. All right, here we go. Calvin and Preetham, team 1 on 115. Debanjan and Sachin on 114. Shankar and Sanat on 45. JK and Rohit on 65. Siddhant and Gokul runaway lead at 166. Ashwat and Subrat at 70. Naveen and Anustup on 67. Shashwat and Prithvish on 77. And Jaydev and Srirad on 70. Okay. We are happy to let you know that we'll quickly do the last written round as well. So there are 6 more questions for you to... Okay. Let's quickly go to the written round. Yeah. Remember that third place gets you 10,000 rupees and fourth place gets you 1,000 rupees. Okay. So... Oh, you're worried about falling to fourth, is it? Okay. Now, 6 question written round quickly, please. We have to vacate the hall in 10 minutes. So we have to give out the prizes as well. 6 questions, all written, 10 points. And we won't rerun questions, okay? The Gershwin is the largest in terms of capacity, 1933. The others in order are Blank, 1761. New Amsterdam, 1747. The Minskoff, 1710. And the St. James, 1709. What are these? Or which is the missing one that will actually name the entire set? You can answer either tell us what these are, or which is the missing one that will actually name the set. Team not revealed, but it will become evident as you go ahead. Yeah. Number 2. If Sam Kendricks at 5.95 meters and Emmanuel Karalis at 5.9 meters were distant second and third in a competition held on 5th August 2024, who came first? Just need the surname of a person. Okay, number 3. Due to its significant weight and size, the Borg Warner Trophy is no longer hoisted by the driver in victory lane, a practice that ended around 2004. In contrast, lifting the Emperor's Cup, a 30 kg piece, would not pose any problems for the winner. The trophy was donated in 1926 before a regent ascended to the throne. What is the Emperor's Cup awarded for? Emperor's Cup. You don't have to answer about Borg Warner. Nor you can, it's not very specific, one keyword will do. So the Borg Warner Trophy these days is no longer hoisted by the winner. In contrast, hoisting the Emperor's Cup will not be a problem at all for the winner. You don't need to give some super detailed answer. One keyword is fine. There is a theme that's running across all of it. Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't matter. The theme is very kind of high level. So, okay. Yeah. Number 4. Makalu 27,766, Cho Oyu 26,906 and Manas Lu 26,781 are the 3 among the top 10 in what list? Here we just need the list. There's a popular name by which that list is known or a popular descriptor by which this list is known. What is the list? Yeah, I mean whatever. What is the list? That's it. No, those are not the top 3. They are 3 among the top 10. They are not the top 3. They are 3 among the top 10 in that list. 5. Hymn to Liberty, a 158-verse poem about the struggle for independence from the Ottoman Empire, is the longest of its kind. Which country adopted it in 1865? Okay, this should be simple, straightforward. All right, last question of the Nexus Open. Francis Ford Coppola is one among 5 people who have won the most competitive Oscars for writing. His first for the screenplay of which movie based on books by Ladislas Farrago and Omar Bradley? Which film? Do a super quick rerun, just 2 seconds on every question for people to check. First one, what are these or which is the missing one? Second, who came first if Sam Kendricks was second and Emmanuel Karalis was third? What is the Emperor's Cup awarded for? Top 10 in, 3 among the top 10 in what list? Name, descriptor, whatever. Which country adopted the Hymn to Liberty in 1865? And Francis Ford Coppola's first writing Oscar was for the screenplay of which film? Please exchange sheets. Done, yeah. Sorry, just exchange. Keep the prizes ready so that we can do a very, very quick prize distribution after people are short on time. So just keep everything ready. Okay, all done? Guys, 1, 2, 3 exchanged or not? Done? All done, right? Okay, let's go to the answers quickly. First one? Broadway, correct. Broadway, as in Broadway theaters. Second one? Duplantis, Mondo Duplantis. 10 points for each. 6.25. Third one? Sumo. Sumo is fine. It's good enough. Sumo Championship. Fourth one? 8,000ers. 8,000 meter peaks. Fifth one? Greece, correct. So these are all, as you can see, the kind of biggest, largest apex in their fields, high level. That's why I said. And the last one, pattern. Good answer. Pattern is right. Please give sheets back. I think there'll be lots of full houses on this one. So final look at the scores. Once again, as scores are being tallied out, our grateful thanks to Axis Direct, Axis Bank, OTTPlay and Studio Qomix for supporting the KQA Nexus Open 2026. Their generosity has helped us do a fabulous event today with 2 quizzes. We'll quickly give out the final scores and give out the prizes. Now, Kiwi, if you can come here to give out the prizes quickly in the bag with the bags. Oh yeah, scores for this round first. Sorry. Team 1 60, Team 2 60, Team 3 40, Team 4 50, Team 5
0. Kidding, 50.
Team 5 50, Team 6 30, Team 7 40, Team 8 30, Team 9 it's fine 40. We need the bags as well. All right, final scores. Go to the next slide, Adil. No, just go to the end. Just hit end, right? Or hit home, one of the two. Adil, can you put it on the home's first slide, please? If you can hit home. Yeah, okay. Folks, just request you to hang on for the next 2 minutes as we give out the prizes. Put it outside, it's fine. No, give the bags though. Give the bags. Say. All tallied? Done? Okay, can we have the scores up? Calvin and Preetham finished with 175. Devanjan and Sachin with 174. Shanko and Sanat with 85. JK and Rohit with 115. Siddhant and Gokul winning the quiz handsomely with 216, much like the Duplantis question. Cody and Subrat finished with around 100. Naveen and Anustup with 107. Shashwat and Prithvish also with 107. And Jaydev and Srirad with 110. So let's give out the prizes. We'll start from the 9th place first. Please keep the scores. We need the order. So just keep telling us the order otherwise. Okay, Shanko and Sanat, if you can please come up. Yeah, it's okay. We'll just keep switching it back. For the photo, we need the background. Just give the bags. It's all right. It's all right. Okay, we have a tie for 7th and 8th place. So if we... Ashwat and Subrat, please come. Thank you. Yeah. Naveen and Anustup and Shashwat and Prithvish. Yeah, all four together is fine. Just Balu, can you give the other set as well? All right, next. Jaydev and Srirad. That's 5th place, right? Naveen and Anustup, if you can just move away for the photographer, please. All right. Well done, well done. Just outside the podium in 4th place, JK and Rohit. And Rohit had to leave, so Jayakanthan will pick up the prize. Yeah. In 3rd place by 1 point, winning themselves 10,000 rupees are Debanjan and Sachin. Peter Panchali. Runners up for today, pipping them by 1 point, are Calvin and Preetham, winning themselves 15,000 rupees. Net worth of this team is going up every day. And KQA Nexus Open 2026 champions, Gokul from Delhi and Siddhant all the way from Germany. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed the evening. We'll be back with another quiz soon. Thank you. Take care. Top 3, we need one more photo, please. Top 3, please, if you don't mind. One quick photograph with the top 3. Rishi, you can also join the photo, please.